What is up, ladies and gents? It is your friendly neighborhood BJJ podcaster, RAF ESPARZA, coming to you live from a lively 10th planet. Now, you would say to yourself, Raf, why would you do a show in the middle of open mat? And I say, why wouldn't you? This is exciting. We have so many people who are here and excited about ADCC, but honestly, they were more excited about Craig Jones Invitational. I did a poll at the beginning, know your audience. But after the nose spears, after the after parties, there's a lot of people here who are excited about grappling. We have screens in the background that are showing what is happening at the ADCC, as well as I think we're showing yesterday's Craig Jones Invitational to maybe confuse some of these people. I think we figured they're pretty drunk. So just at the event, they're like, is this happening now? Yes, it is in your head, bud. But I am joined today by some friends. So if it does sound a little bit louder today, just know that is why. But first, let's say hello to our longtime good friend, one, Tim Freeman. Tim, how are you doing, good sir?
I am being propelled through the rest of the show today by the energy of all of the folks around me. I'm surrounded, literally surrounded by an island of grapplers on Sunday morning here at 10th Planet, Las Vegas. I'm stoked to be here. I'm stoked we're going to see the finals. Can't wait to do it, man. I'm super happy. Little bummed that it's going to wrap up, right? But pretty happy to do this with you guys.
We're still a means away, buddy. Like, I don't know. You're like, oh, I looked fondly upon that time. No, friend, we are still very much in that time, and in fact, trapped in that time. So, but not trapped here is one good friend, one handsome KEVIN Sherrrill. Kevin, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Let's not start making promises about how I'm not trapped here. Look at this. We have circled the wagons in the middle of an open mat, and I'm just waiting for these guys to start asking us, hey, you get a roll? Are you're in, right? Like, I'll put a gi top on.
No. That'll confuse these people. We're at a 10th planet. Don't do that to them.
They'll see it. Listen, a gi is a threat display in this area part of town.
I argue this is arguably my most expensive gi. So I really hope of all times I'm going to have a match with any of these people that it has nothing to do with right now. But gentlemen, we do have a board to get to, but I'm going to try something. I didn't actually test this. So we're going to find out here if this is something that might be able to work. So I'm previewing it, but I'm intrigued to see if I can pull it off in live time. You know, most people just host a show. Not me, not this guy. This guy does it all. This guy hosts, talks and hosts.
Rap
sings.
Sings.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
I haven't heard you sing yet.
Oh, you wait until my voice is more gone, sir.
I want to hear
We're about to hear low notes unheard of before. And, you know, the codes are a suggestion here, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to point this out. So yesterday we were able to show some demonstrated moves, but right now I kind of want to give you an idea. That was the end of a round right there. But this will give you kind of a demonstrated shot of this. So just so you guys can see what's happening here.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and walk around. So right here, you're going to see just kind of an idea of how insane it looks here at 10th Planet. So if you're wondering, where are all these voices coming from? What do our friends sound like? This is essentially what it is. Like all of these people could not care less that there is a set up here. And you know what? Some of them are starting to figure out that they're on camera.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not telling who's who, but you get to see the idea of everybody here being a part of the show. And then you can see our setup right over there.
Yeah.
All of us fearing for our lives on the broadcast island, the ADCC island that is over here. What's up, sir?
I'm very excited to see what happens when they figure out that they're on. I mean, obviously they see something is going on. When they realize that the camera is moving around on them, we're going to see some people go flying.
Maybe we should tell them that's the giveaway, is they have to win.
Ooh.
I want to see a highlight.
We should create a bracket right now and make them fight for our
Last
attention.
man standing.
I mean, I like it.
I'm into it.
So look,
listen, I'm pre-sold. Let's go. Thunderdome is.
This is me. This is me, everybody. This is us. And let's bring this camera back to us. Pull in right this way. Back to Papa Bear over here, RAF ESPARZA.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing that
and then
first
right
bit
over
of
there.
wrestling.
See, look at this over on our side. We've got our gentleman over here. And then, guess what? That's not it. You're seeing handsome Kev from his other side.
Look right here. In this madness, we are having two guys standing, and they are fighting
directly in
3
front of us.
inches from a TV.
Can we go to that what's happening here? We got my boy Luis, who's over. He's celebrating his bachelor party, but he's still here. He is walking by. Yeah, so if you see those bright neon shorts right here, let's follow this guy. This is his bachelor party. He doesn't know this. We're gonna put him on blast. This is a good kid. Let's see how his role goes. You know what? Let's take a moment to see. We've got ADCC, but I want to see open mat footage. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, listen, you can pan back and watch ADCC at any time. This is an extra camera. You don't get these insights.
Yeah, so
seeing here, you know what? Disappointed. He let him. He's gonna let him pass right now. All right, let's take the camera off.
Yeah, forget it, dude.
Nah,
no
dude.
way. No
you know
way.
What? I'm gonna call his fiance. We're gonna call this off.
I have faith in Luis. You got this, buddy.
You got this.
You're
buddy.
on engagement probation, buddy. Until you can learn how to play a proper knee shield.
Wow. How are you gonna make a proper woman out of your future wife if you can't get a proper knee shield?
These guys are going.
That's what I'm saying. They're scrapping.
Why are there always two guys that are gonna do stand up no matter what?
No matter what, man.
We're on a tightrope. You want to do some takedowns, dog?
You see these guys moving into the space. He is wall working him on the pillar.
On the pole. Yep.
That is not what that's for, sir.
Yeah. I'll bet you these guys train with Andy Varela. I would like to bet money.
2 level black sets of gear. Yeah, these guys are Varela guys.
I would tell you guys this. It wouldn't be a stream without us sitting here and going, what is happening?
Dude, it wouldn't be an open mat without sitting here going, what is that guy
We're living dangerously. Yeah,
we are. So, Kev, I asked Tim if he was fearing for his life yesterday. Are you fearing for yours?
Currently?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I feel a little out of sorts, right? Like, this is not self-defense attire. We've talked about it. The memes have talked about it. If you need to defend yourself and you're a no-gi grappler, you need to strip down. I got to drop to shirtless. And I don't know if I can do that in time.
Okay.
I've let them get too close.
One
might say.
Yeah. Distance management, my friend.
I'm very glad that you're like, well, there's no other choice, so it's ADC style it is.
We could Gracie safe rap somebody. We had to.
Yeah.
We got it.
Or do we have to pay them for that?
I think we can get it on a trial.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Now is time for the ceremonial take off the jackets. We did the presentation. It gonna be toasty in here.
Yeah.
We will resume jacket wearing a little bit later.
Me and Tim are going to have to match some other time.
Plaid Brothers.
You know what? Listen, whole good things were in. You know what was funny? People told me, they're like, Raph, you're going to be in a suit. Are you going to be okay with that? And I said, if we're in a studio or we're at a gym, I'll live through it. I'm a professional. But did not expect to be joined by 100 of my closest new friends.
Right.
So,
100%.
all right, here's what we have to do. We have to talk this out. We have a board. We'll get to it in a second. But
we're about to lose our TV.
We got to get somebody on that corner.
Yeah,
dude.
this is Isaac's new job. Isaac, I'm going to have you just guarding. I can't.
Literally tried to Uchimata him.
This is wild. My guy. Like, listen, we're all about that
jiu-jitsu. Like, if there's a window or a glass mirror, dudes are going to get right up on it. If there's a wall that could be kicked through, they're gonna kick through.
It's like Smash Brothers, man. Like, the environment is part of the game.
I feel like
everybody saw the pit and they said, this is a great idea.
This is training for PGF, basically, right? PGF practice.
Let's hope not. I don't want to be this close to the action at PGF. I am nice in our secure little island.
Don't bring a dog then, because they're apparently homing beacons.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to the matters at hand. Well, gentlemen, before we kind of advance the board, we need to collectively come up with some ideas. And the ideas that we need to come up with are as follows. We need to figure out how we're going to do a giveaway for these folks. Because we have so many people here. I just recognized my buddy Jose is here. We have so many folks, and we have some product to give away. So I'd love to be able to do that. But how do we do it? And what have you guys come up with other than a bracket itself?
Sorry, I just got distracted by the guy who jumped guillotine a second ago. I don't know how you bracket it or make it a real tournament. I don't know if that's the play, but maybe what we do is we right now pick a submission that we think is cool, and then in a few minutes we go, hey, we're gonna have a contest and we want to know, did anybody get a X? And then if somebody raises their hand,
first person to raise their hand, we do a bingo card. First person to get an omoplata. So like something like first person to get an armbar
An armbar and a what? Like maybe 2 subs. Because everybody might get an armbar.
Sorry,
Calf crush.
Armbar and
Gotta
calf
be
crush.
a calf crush. Everybody saw him this weekend.
We should pick the one.
Yeah, it should be anybody recreating the submissions. Anybody hit that Troy bar to back take. If you're hitting stuff from CJI or ADCC, like just ask, hey, did anybody hit that thing?
So
a Choi bar. We should do more than one.
Oh.
Like maybe we do one as a Choi bar and then another is the calf crush. Because those are dope subs.
I got it. So this is what we're gonna do. We got Our Life CBD, Sweet Dreams, massage oil, and we've got Sub Soap body wash.
I like how I said massage oil.
Just saying. That's what it
That's
says
for
on
me.
here.
How many of those salt electrolyte packets do we have? Because these boys are going to need it.
Great question.
Not a lot, actually.
Not enough to share with anyone else. Those are ours.
So. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and this is for the person who gets caught.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do.
Consolation.
I think. Well, dude, we don't want to put somebody on blast and be like, "Yeah, he got me."
Anybody gets smother tapped, they get the massage oil.
Like a mother's milk.
So what are we giving away?
So we don't tell them what we're giving away. Get a prize.
Okay.
But we're gonna give away our good friends over at Our Life CBD. This is Sweet Dreams CBD massage oil. Is that okay? Can I say it like that? Are we good?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. And then we also have this. Hold on.
No problem.
We could give away the gold bag.
Yeah. Let's do
I
it.
just have to take stuff out of it.
Can you
There
hand
was
me
a
the
split
envelope
second
right
where
there?
I thought that was my gold bag, and I was like, we
No,
cannot.
we're giving
We
away
cannot.
Kevin's gold bag.
We're gonna give away Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's stuff. We just
Can you pass me that envelope right there in front of you?
Yes, this one right
I'm
here.
gonna write the secret submission on here so
Okay.
we can like make it dramatic when you pull it out.
the
and read
reverse
it.
Gordon, where
Reverse.
it's like we just write
Yeah.
submissions.
What submission are we going with, guys?
It's got to be the calf crush is one of them for sure.
What was the who got that again? I forgot dude's name.
Barbosa?
Barbosa. We'll call it the Barbosa calf crush.
All right.
Okay.
I think he earned that.
I think so. I just need to double check that I didn't leave anything in here because I did use this bag, and I was.
Are we just gonna do one sub, or are we gonna do another sub?
Let's do one sub at a time. So we'll build up the prizes as we go.
Okay.
So I like the idea that we do one sub at a time and we just kind of keep oscillating and like we could do this 3 times I think because we got 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
There's some local Atlanta boys here, and I was gonna go to bat for pick your champion.
Yeah.
While we were giving this away. Yeah. Well, I'll just pick a champion. We'll just figure out who
Oh,
it is.
and you cannot be colluding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna.
cannot colluding.
100%.
So listen,
There's
this
a couple
is the
Atlanta boys, couple extreme couture guys.
Barbosa calf crush.
Okay.
It's going in the envelope.
Okay.
Cool.
Is that we're only doing one special sub?
For right now.
Okay.
You think?
Okay.
So.
Oh, and maybe what we can do. No, I say we could have somebody write a submission down,
Okay.
but then they could leak it. Nah, they won't leak it.
Nah. Okay.
Why don't we
well,
have Andy
Oh,
write a
someone else.
submission?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Let's get Andy.
So here's what we're gonna do. We have 3 different things we can do. 1, 2, 3, or do we do a whole prize package?
I think
3
we
different
just
things.
Do 3 different.
3 different things.
We
okay.
we picked the first one.
So this one should be
and then
easy.
we let them pick.
This one should be next easy, and this one should be difficulty.
Oh, I was
Yes.
gonna let the guy that gets the first one we
Pick.
pull gets to pick.
Out of
The
the
other
massage
guys.
oil
No.
and the
No,
sweet
no.
thing.
We literally just assign them what they get.
Do we
Okay.
only
Because
have
it-
one consolation prize?
Yes.
We can give the
Oh,
loser
we could do-
a packet of salt.
Nah, let's do that. Yeah, we can do that. Well, I mean, I figured they were each going to get salt as it was. See, this is how you know we didn't think this through because we didn't know how many people were coming today.
Y'all get involved, get in the
So what do we
get in the
give
chat
the-
so we can ignore your
All right,
suggestions.
here's what we're doing. First prize is going to be this consolation prize. Second one, this, so that we can do 2. Done.
Okay. But what's the consolation prize?
This one.
Oh, that's a way better consolation prize.
There.
Damn, Ralph. You just keep pulling shit out.
I'm just telling you, bro. Like, I'm trying to prices
Yeah.
right this bullshit.
I know. Okay, we got
This
it.
is how the prices right started. All right, can we
I,
get Andy
uh,
somewhere?
I took
Oh, we're
Raf's
gonna-
car
are we gonna
keys
have him
at the
write it
start
right
of the
now?
day. I think we should put those up as well.
Yes, we should be moving this. So
You
let's
want me to go
bring
find him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would.
Okay. Does he need to come over here to
He's
do
right
it?
there.
No. So bring him into your spot, and we'll explain to him what's going on.
Just
All right, this is the beauty of doing live television, my friends. Hey, if you're just joining us right now, again, my name is RAF ESPARZA. I'm joined by handsome Kevin Sherrill. And yes, we are here from live at Las Vegas, 10th Planet Las Vegas, and we're doing a giveaway here. And I see some of you in the comments. So it says, Loser gets assaulted. Don't do that. Nobody pays you for this. How dare you, sir? Then it says, I miss the pit, not gonna lie, which it's been one day, fam. And it said Nicky Rod had that mounted triangle. That's true. That is good. Give away the first person to hit a neon belly. First person to get a twister. Okay, I like these suggestions. And, oh, wow, that's cool. I like that. This is some good inside intel. Aged also says, ran into Aiken yesterday about the end of the show. Looking good for him to do absolute. And I think that's also the case for Grandy. I think those two were looking to be involved in the absolute. So just as a heads up, in case you guys were wondering, still looking for it. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Okay. And it says, it's going to be emotional if Lovato finally wins ADCC gold. I mean, that's the way to walk off home run. You know what I mean? Like, if Lovato ends up doing that, what is this? What the fuck is this extra shit? They just come to like a bunch of big... Oh, we're about to see a twister? Behind us. Uh-oh. I don't know that I can get... Oh, nope, I can't get that full angle, brother. We'll come back to it. And as I'm going through the rest of these comments, it says, I hope PJ and Ryan Aiken can do the absolute. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. And I also know this. Yes, Griffin, a.k.a. Griffith over Big Dan, was huge and legit. That was a big one. And it says, Rocha and Lovato, oh my God, you're so right. In the finals, have to think CGI helped them get a last chance to go out up on top. I mean, possibly. Let's hear it for the olds. You know what I mean? Like, that's some good stuff going on right now.
Yeah, we were talking about how you might age out of certain tournaments. Apparently not.
Not in that division.
Nope.
You be okay in that division. So there be that. So very excited about that. I'm so worried. I'm going to have you go through this bag to make sure I didn't leave anything in it. So
we'll do a nice little
it's just very
demonstration of how great this bag is.
It's just,
as I go through all the features.
It's so funny because it was something that I was going to use. 3 minutes? Okay, take a seat until he comes in. What? Oh, we have 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, welcoming to the board, he wouldn't be participating in the topic, but we'll fill you in. Hello, Andy Varela. How are you doing today, good sir?
What's up, guys? How are you?
Very well. I have to realize that now as we have to kick you up because you are always so smooth with the voice. My man, how did it feel to be in the pit?
It felt great. Felt like you're stuck in a Coliseum trapped, and that feeling's cool.
As opposed to other things you competed in, like, is the pit something more of something you want to be involved in, or would you rather go back to a regular mat after having that experience?
Nah, when I first saw the pit in general, I knew that like I wanted to compete in there because it just adds such a different game. You know, you can't run, you're trapped inside, and then you could use the wall to do cool shit off of. So I think I like it.
Was it difficult in that you had somebody, you were matched up very well, but you had somebody who was very okay with pulling guard, and it kind of made it difficult to go off those edges of those mats?
Yeah, it wasn't the best stylistic matchup for me. Their team knows how to deal very well with my game, and I could feel it. Like I could hear Dima calling out everything that I want to do before like I even make it happen. And so yeah, I mean, just the stylistic matchup in general was just hard for me. And yeah.
Here's the good news though. Every time you show up, we know it's a guaranteed success in terms of getting people excited, getting people motivated. When people knew you were going to be involved in CJI, it was so great. But you were almost a holdout. We weren't sure if you were going to be doing CJI or if you were doing it ADCC. What made you compelled to go the CJI route?
I was struggling with a lot of, is Mo and the whole situation gonna do me dirty in the long run? And at some point I was just like, fuck it, I got to do what I actually want to do. And yeah, I kind of just made the jump.
I can tell you this, and this is how you know your group comes alive here, because you can hear it on this. But I want to make sure you hear me clearly. Wherever you compete is always going to be interesting. You are an excellent grappler, an excellent competitor. I don't care where you are, you'll always have our attention, our appreciation for what it is you do, because people see it as just one match, but the prep that you go into it is so intense, so fun, and at the very least, you're always somebody that we're going to have eyes on. So please just know that even though it may not be the result you wanted, doesn't matter, dude. It's one day at the office, and I'm so excited to see you back at the pit in the near future. But here's what I want to ask you. We want to do a giveaway, but you know your guys better than I know your guys, okay? So what we're thinking of doing is we're thinking about putting something in an envelope. We get a submission, and we say first person to bingo this and get this submission, we give away prizes to. Okay. Now, we won't tell everybody else, and you aren't eligible because you're too good, and you know these guys' weakness. So if you were to pick one of the submissions, and even one that you saw from this weekend, what would you have picked that you think somebody here is capable of getting but might be difficult to hit?
Might be difficult to hit. Fuck.
Doesn't have to be super difficult. Like, it's not
Straight
you.
angle lock.
Like, we're not asking for them to fly off these walls. Straight angle.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know. Let's make it. It's because there's a lot of visitors here. There's actually not that many of our students here. There's a few of them, but
yeah. I know you're watching these people, so I know what's happening.
Let's just pick a submission that is good, but might be difficult to actually get.
Okay.
Let's do a side triangle.
Side triangle.
I
Copy
feel
that.
like that's a good submission, but a lot of people might not be thinking about it a lot. So let's see.
How long do you think it's going to take before somebody hits a side triangle?
I mean, I hope not long, but
Clarification: these guys are not going to know they're hunting side triangles, yeah?
Well, no. What we're going to do is we're going to announce it. We're going to tell these people, like, first person to get this will get a prize, and we'll see what happens.
I love this.
It's a science experiment.
Someone's
we'll see what
getting
happens.
posterized. We're putting a bounty out publicly. And everybody's going to look across the way and start looking at
All right, I like this. Okay.
Let everybody know we're looking for a submission, and if they get the submission, then they get a fucking prize. What is
Beautiful.
it? 50K?
You know, I may look like I roll deep, my friend, but as you can tell, we're at a gym
If it's
in the middle of an
I'm
open
taking-
mat doing a studio. But
If it's
no.
50K, I quit and I'm taking my shit off.
So what we're doing is we're giving away some of our sponsor prizes. Obviously, this is prize 1, but prize 2 is going to be one of our gold bags right over here. So we want to kind of amplify it up and kind of give the back to the folks who are very kindly giving us their space on the mats.
No, I like that. Yeah.
But Andy, I'm going to let you go here, brother. But are you out here to destroy people at the open mat today?
I woke up and I thought I was, but then I was like, I showed up and everyone's so nice, and I was like, you know, I can't do this till the end of the day. So I'll do it to my teammates tomorrow.
You know what? Honestly, I still may be around, and I was going to come through. But now I know. No, Andy is in kill mode. I don't think I should show up around 10p. So, Andy, again, we got mad love for you. I can't wait to see you compete again. And you know what? We said this the last time, too. After you had your ADCC moment, you buckled down, you came back in, you dialed in, and you won the PGF.
Yeah.
Here, you had a great moment. It was a tough match, but I always know you bounce back to something better. So I await what the better is because I know it's coming, sir. So much love to you, brother.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate y'all for having me. Fuck everybody.
Don't leave on that. All right. Andy Varela, everybody. Jesus Christ. I like that this dude's like, fuck everybody. Fuck you over there, party over here. All right. So who's going to be the one to make the announcement?
Explain the rules. I'd love to do it.
Okay. The rule is this. At the end of the next buzzer, you get up and tell everybody, hey, everybody, we got a giveaway we're doing. The way it works is we're doing 2 giveaways. So Andy gave us 1. I think we'll do Andy's first. Whatever's written in this side, yes.
Just be like, we have 2
What
submissions
exactly does
in
he
this
mean by that?
envelope.
Side triangle.
Yeah, there's a hitting a triangle off the side of the body. There was a little race. Do you know what Ruotolo had Nolfin at the end of their first round?
Oh, yeah.
Side
I
triangle.
got you. I see what you're saying. Like from the crucifix position almost.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
So
Yeah.
you can feed into that. A lot of people do it off like a Nakamura.
Do you think that or that should be this prize or this prize?
Well, I think Andy should be the big prize.
Okay, so then let's do that one to start.
Okay.
Let's do
So what we'll do is we'll put that in there. We're going to say our first prize is this, but you don't tell them what the prize is. You just say we're doing a giveaway for whoever hits this first.
People are familiar
Is it
with the
Andy's
submission
prize or
and
the
envelope.
other prize first?
This Andy's first, right? Oh wait,
No, do
No,
the
it's
other prize
other
first.
one.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
I'll say
this is you. This is your big
guys are
moment.
familiar with this.
All right, so this is handsome Kevin Sherrill.
Are we gonna get a cam
is
on
going
him?
up
Or?
right now.
No?
I don't know that I have a camera. Let's see how this goes.
We've got a submission with the combo. We're going to be looking to see who hits it. Not going to tell you guys what it is, but we have a prize for the first person to hit this submission. There's a relative degree of difficulty for it. Your time to show out. You highlight on somebody, you might get a little prize. That's the one that I like to do. How are we going to
Wait, what's the submission? Did you tell him the submission? You gotta tell him the submission. Tell him the submission. Tell him the submission. Pull it out. No. Fuck it. Let him have it. That's the second one. If you hit it, yell out bingo. If you hit it, yell out bingo.
We got something for you.
All right. We'll see what happens.
This is the most ridiculous. I like how we're just screaming and yelling, like, "Hey!" Comes up and they ask for clarification on the rules.
Tim,
Just walked up
here's-
and said, he looks at me and he goes, "Is it money?" And
No.
Dude, he's an MMA fighter. He's in the PFL. His name's slipping me right now.
Sure,
He's
sure.
like, "Listen, man, if it ain't cash, I don't care."
So here's what's happening, guys. You just, when you do a science experiment like this, you just leave it up to God and acai. And if somebody does it, they do it. And if they don't, we keep the prizes for ourselves.
If anybody wants to make a bet, I think I know who's going to hit it first. There's some Atlanta guys in here. I want to know. If anybody wants to make a side bet, I saw the look in some guys' eyes when I announced what the submission was. I wasn't planning to tell anyone. As soon as I said it, some guys' eyes lit up and they started looking for a victim.
I have to say, there's a guy named Officer Grimy out there that I have odds on favorite. He might hit that.
Yeah,
So
I saw him in.
I want to get some eyes on that.
which one? Oh,
big
yeah,
balls
the
right
corner.
next to the TV.
Yeah, no. I mean, Isaac's permanent job is just being there now.
Isaac is the bouncer.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he can definitely catch that 400 pounds.
Let's see what comments we have here as we have been taken away a few moments.
Yeah.
So, finals are, to be fair, this is Casey's house. And it says finals are Diego versus Baby Shark. I'm sorry, Diego Pato. I'm just going to have you on watch. No, but I mean permanently out there. And then Mika Galvo versus Wagner is your next final. Giancarlo versus J-Rod.
Wow.
Dude,
That's a great one.
that's solid.
That's the one. I think that's the one to watch right there, man.
Yes. And let me see what else I have for us. We also have Duarte versus Lovato. I thought it was.
Wow.
Wait, I thought it was. Did Cyborg not get it?
I think he lost to Duarte.
Patchy, yeah, I didn't know he was here.
You want me
Oh,
to snag him? He's buddies with Reese.
yeah, of course. We can
Yeah,
talk in a
his
few.
coach
All right.
also coaches at Lima.
Last couple things. It says MacTube has been doing yeoman's work in here in the chat. Yes. And it says Kevin. Oh, no. Kevin he just bounced for a second.
Yeah.
I'm bringing a rash guards and shorts after work. Be ready. Big 6-month wipeout. We'll make him aware of that. Philippe Pena versus Luke Griffith. And it says respectfully, by the way, that's the nice follow-up here. And it says Helena versus Anna Carolina. And, of course, Rafaela Guedes versus Nathaniel De Jesus. Great. Good stuff. Thank you so much for that. So much stuff. And it says Kendall just beat Campo for bronze. Huge moment for her.
Oh, yeah.
Big congratulations to Kendall. Much love and appreciation to her. And just in case you guys are wondering, you may think like, oh, you know what? It sucks. We need to be more attentive. We need to be more on it. I'm going to remind you guys there's still an absolute.
Yeah.
So there's still so much jiu-jitsu in front of us today.
Right. And
So-
we're surrounded by a bunch of dudes that we actually have to stay pretty focused on exactly what's going on.
Nobody has actually called us out on it. I just want to be ahead of the headline. But yes, we are having a great time here, and we thought we'd spice it up. So,
Yeah.
There be that. And we are entertaining ourselves as we go.
Yeah.
But as soon as I think Kevin gets back, we're actually going to go back into the board here in a second. But Tim, what thoughts do you have on this very busy looking ADCC Sunday, sir?
I'm happy for ADCC. I want to see ADCC succeed. I think there's room in the landscape for ADCC for sure. I would just like to see some changes made. I think ADCC has a little bit of an identity crisis, and they need to figure out who they are and what they're looking to do moving forward. And I think they'll make that change. I think we're going to see some positive things come out of this. So, that's kind of the biggest takeaway. Match-wise, I'm really interested in Giancarlo and J-Rod. I think that's the most compelling matchup on the card right now. I want to see Gordon and Yuri. I think that's exciting. We got an update. I sent it over to you. We could patch it in when we get a chance, but we got an update from one of our good friends just from the stands there. And it's just, the energy is just different. It's just not the same,
Yep.
So, are we sliding someone in here?
I don't know. We're going to find out as we go. So hold on here for a sec.
This gentleman hit the calf crush.
He did.
Oh,
We already have a winner, 1 round in.
Okay, well, here's a different thing. He's very sweaty. Come on in. Let's not have him. Well, hold on.
A little too sweaty?
It is sweaty. He's going to be here with the suit. So
I'm with the suit, dude. Nah. This man's a champion. We give him the space.
if he is a champion, let's be very clear. But let's drape that over. We think of everything,
wear
my
it
guys.
like a cape.
He should wear it like a cape. This is his James Brown cape. Sir, go ahead and take a seat here and join us. So, let's start with this. Can I get your name, please?
Yeah, so my name's Jose Escobar.
Jose, what did you just hit right now?
I hit that calf slicer knee.
So, let me ask this. Is that something that you normally hit?
So I play in we call it the Vinny control. So we're you're sitting in that position a lot. So shout out to one of my coaches, name's Bendy Cashmere, but we play in that Vinny.
Bendy?
Yeah.
So wait, you're a local?
Yeah.
Aha! I knew it. Andy was like, hold on. I have to do Andy voice. I don't know if I have all my guys here. I've only got so many guys. I don't know if they'll be able to get this. We'll see. And yet, here we are, a 10th Planet local himself. Sir, when you heard that move being called out, did you think, I got this?
Honestly, I was just let me go for broke and just hunt it as much as I can to see what happens. So it worked out in my favor.
Hold on. Go for it, Tim.
Once you heard the submission announced, did that influence who you picked for your next round? Did you grab some rank white belt? And you're like, hey, come over here, buddy.
No. I actually grabbed one of the guys here at the gym. He's a brown belt. He's really, really tough.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Oh, you went the opposite side.
Wow.
You said, give me somebody that is difficult.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? We're here to have fun.
Yeah, I agree.
We're here at church for a reason.
Okay. You're saying all the right stuff.
Yeah,
We get it.
I know. We're very happy that you won here because you are the right spirit, the right body. Are you mad that we're taking you away from rolling right now, though?
No, I mean, it's cool. This is a cool opportunity just to hang out with you guys and, get to talk some jiu-jitsu, so why not?
Do you feel like we're in the way, or do you feel like we're just right?
No, I think it's cool. It kind of adds a different level of, I guess, intensity, right? Everybody's out here trying to put on a show. It's cool to have, you guys in the building, so it's fun.
Well, it's
Thank
very
you very
nice of
much.
you to say. And also, check is in the mail, but you've already won, so there was nothing that you were going to win more or less. But here's what we wanted to do. So these people paid for us to be here today, so we wanted to take care of them. So we have some prizes for you. So here's what you get. You get the Sweet Dreams CBD massage oil. Do you use CBD?
I do now.
Do you use massage oil?
You get to use this. So A+, this is part
Well,
one.
hang on. Do you use massage oil?
I don't.
But you do now.
But you
I
do
do
now.
now.
You also get some submission soap from our good friends over at Gold BJJ. Thank you so much for sponsoring this. You are getting that as well.
Awesome.
So that's good for after training here today, as a little heads up. Okay, and the last prize you also get here is this CBD natural oil. It is 750 milligrams. Can you do that much?
I mean, we're going to find out.
Do you partake in CBD at all?
Every now and then, yeah.
So hopefully we've just stocked you up for a little bit.
Yeah.
My wife likes to say, ooh, the stuff that makes me get on flights is available for us.
Most of the time I take THC, but once in a while I do CBD.
Okay, so what I should tell you is this. Tim, should we let him in on a secret?
Sure.
Okay, we're doing the second giveaway right now.
Okay.
You've already won once.
Sure.
I think he should know what it is, so he has a little bit more time because we're going to do it in a few. But do you want to reveal what the second move that we're looking to do?
Can't tell nobody yet, though.
No, we can tell him, but he
Okay.
can't tell anybody.
You promise not to tell?
Hey, yeah, cross my fingers, hope to die.
You promise on Eddie Bravo that you won't tell?
For sure.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is written by who, Raph?
Written by Andy Varela as well. So do you think you'll be able to get that move?
I can try, yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
I could
I'm going to give you this packet of salt. I want you to put that in some water and drink it, and I think it'll help you get the move.
I will for sure. Thank you, guys.
And thank you, sir. I'm going to let you get back to the world. That was the exact length. Was one round. You're in and you're
Appreciate
out,
you, brother.
friend. Thank you, sir.
Nice job, dog.
Great work out there, buddy. Don't ever roll with me because now I know what you're all about. So don't do that shit, bro.
I'm going to announce prize too.
Yeah, no, let's hold. Okay. So, okay, good enough. All right, Kevin's going out there doing the Lord's work, talking to people, and he's giving the updates. I just love that this is. There's nothing more entertaining to me than creating mass chaos at an event that I have no control over.
Kevin looks very much like a fifth-grade teacher out there trying to get the cafeteria.
Everybody.
Excuse me.
I'm going to hold up fingers next time and count down.
You know what it is? Kevin does. He looks like this. He looks like he's going, guys, reading is fun. We're having a book reading contest,
Yeah.
everybody. Get out there.
Yeah.
Yo, we accounted for the chair. We didn't.
Wait, we didn't account for what?
Oh, we need a paper
This
towel.
is gnarly.
Maybe we can get one of the.
Can I get those Clorox wipes,
Yeah.
please?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
This
I'm
is
sorry,
disgusting.
Kevin.
You know,
I shouldn't have done that to
I
you.
didn't think about it until I put them on. Hold on. Get out of the chair. Get out quickly. Do that. I have a towel in my car.
Actually, you could
Backstage.
snag one of the towels over there. It's not really doing much now. On the
Whatever. Grab whatever
Yeah.
it is. Good Lord.
here,
That's why I was so nervous about the.
I'm gonna put the secret sub back, the new one.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
So that's where we're at right now. We're wiping down the chair, which is so
I
funny.
think if we do this right,
Yeah.
we could roll these people to the final potentially, depending on how long it takes. If it takes too long, they'll be gone.
Yeah.
But man, it would be great if they were here for it.
That's what I'm saying. So we
Yeah.
gave them something to begin with. We do it a little bit later, not now. So probably in the next 20 minutes or so, we'll do the giveaway, and I'll see if we can get a camera on you as you walk out, Kev.
Yeah.
At the very least, to have some coverage of a cell phone.
We got Dorsey and Barch, I think, in the bronze medal matchup right
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, they mentioned on the broadcast just how this is the most people have ever requested to be in the absolute, so anyone's possible. I mean, honestly, that's probably more than 5 people because I know they've had to kick and scream some people in the absolute. So the idea is this, is that when people are doing this competition, it's already grueling enough that most of the times, not everybody's volunteering like you think you would to do the big absolute. It's exhausting doing just one ADCC category.
There is a big, emotional when it's all over. I've never done ADCC, but when you do large tournaments that you build for months, not even months, man, years. You have that shit on your calendar when you miss it, the first trials, or you don't do well at the last ADCC or whatever. You have a lackluster performance, you put that pin on your calendar, you have 2 years of buildup, and if you don't quite get what you want, it's real hard to get that energy back inside of 24 hours.
Yeah, I believe that. I see it. I think to myself, yikes. Oh, God. My power source for my camera went out. Give me a second. There we go. All right. It should be back on. As long as that's happening, I think we're good. All right. Yeah, you guys were
Crowd noise.
It's kind of hard to do. Normally, you want to try and mute one person at a time so that it doesn't get overbearing. But two things happening at once. Camera requires me to get up for a split second here. Okay. I also want to kind of comb through our comments on Instagram before we get to the main little dance here. Big props and thank yous to everybody who's been dropping in. You guys have been the best. Shout out Os Nation or Os Nation. Shout out Samo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Shout out Apache Warrior. What's up, brother? Good to see you, sir. But yeah, it has been a long journey into
Yes, it has.
that. And yes, PJ Barch now ahead 2-0. Very exciting. I mean, I like both of these guys. That's the hardest part about this one.
Yeah, I like PJ Barch better, though. The Butter Panther. How do you beat that nickname?
You don't. That's the
Beautiful.
best nickname in fighting. That's
And it
the
makes
best nickname in
sense. You're
fighting.
like, oh, he is a Butter Panther.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Elijah in on a heel hook.
Look at PJ.
Staring at it, scratching his nose, having a laugh.
I like that PJ is the ultimate, like, I've given him this note. I'm like, you are the bad guy in Karate Kid look. Like,
Oh,
you're the bad guy
yeah.
in an 80s movie. And he's like, why do I got to be the bad guy? And I was like, you literally just stunted on someone
There
trying
it
to
got
heel
the
is.
hook
tap. Look
and
at
got
that.
your bronze medal. Congratulations, Butter Panther, PJ Barch. Man, you know what's so funny is I wish I could be happier for him. Like,
Yeah.
that look of just like, it's a bronze was just like, bro, you should take stock in it. It's still a fucking huge achievement.
High expectations, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's definitely having to get in that way. I also realized here, you guys have to remind me, we have to give this prize back on over to Jose. And I've also learned this. He has headgear, so that should have been the first clue.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
should have known that was going to be the type of thing coming our way here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, hell yeah.
That guy's shirt is dope.
Hello. Pure water. Who? Wait.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. Sir, what's your name?
Gilbert Urbina, man.
Gilbert. Thank you so much.
Yo.
Dude.
I fight for the UFC, but I'm sponsored by Gelato Water. We're trying to take over the
Yo, Gilbert,
Okay.
how do I get one of these shirts? That's dope.
Dude.
GelatoDrip.com.
Gelatodrip.com.
That's sick.
Gelatodrip.com.
Urbina for 20% off.
Wait, code is, I'm so sorry. What's the
You
code
heard
name?
the man.
Urbina.
Urbina.
Oh, Urbina.
Okay, no, hold on. I thought I heard Beaner, and I think it's just the Mexican me. And I was like,
I am a
He's
Beaner.
so I
Damn,
legit
dog,
thought
yeah,
that.
bro. That's what it was. I was like,
Brother,
that's outrageous. Thank you so much for taking care of us.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
thank you,
Wow,
Thank you,
that
homie.
is so kind. We got Hunger Games dropped in right now. Thank you, brother.
What's that Instagram? I'm gonna get that right now.
Gelato? Gelato hit him.
Oh, yeah.
What is the name of it again, Kev?
Drink_gelato. That's the Instagram. I'm about to tag them. I appreciate that.
I
a
am
lot,
about
man.
to hit him up about a gold package for our next show.
Good Lord, man. That, you don't talk about sustenance coming in clutch right now. We just turned on the fan to give us some Coolidge, and we just got some gelato water, pure water. This is amazing. So here, Kev, at 12:30, that's when we're gonna do the next giveaway. So just so your heads up right there. What a wild turn of events. There's no way to have predicted anything that was going to happen here today or this weekend. So, yes.
Crazy times.
PJ just won bronze for 10th Planet and for PJ. And
Yeah.
it says, put PJ in a suit, and he's the big boss baddie in an 80s movie for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I could see like a 55-year-old PJ Barch going full John Cleese and just tearing the sleeve. When you stop wearing sleeves, when you go sleeveless, that's kind of your clue to the world that things are going to get a little raw.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Raw indeed.
Raw indeed.
But man, gelato pure water. This is so sweet.
It's good too,
It's
actually.
really good. It's exactly what I needed.
Listen, water in a can is better than water in a bottle.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what? Write that down, everybody. That's a fact.
Yeah, take that one to
life.
the bank. That's really good.
So, Brianna St. Marie and Bia Mesquita against each other. I like both of these people. They've been very kind to us over the years as well. So, super excited to see how this one plays out as well. Do you guys have any inclination how this match will go? I'll start with you, Kev.
I am a fan of Brianna St. Marie for sure. I have her. I mean, Bia Mesquita is the lady goat, but I really think Brianna St. Marie is just top to bottom a phenomenal jiu-jitsu artist. She's very well-rounded. The only issue we have is if you're betting on her is if it goes to overtimes, Bia knows how to win. She can wrestle. She's super physical, and ADCC judges love physicality.
Not to interrupt here, but I will say this. I did see, I think, a calf slicer or a reverse calf slicer. So he's out here just murking people doing that now.
Yeah,
He's feeling himself now. He's feeling confident, strong. He also is a winner this weekend, along with Cade and Nicky Rod. So he's feeling good.
Yeah, he's
feeling
right up there with him.
So, again, thank you to our sponsors. We want to say hello and thank you to today's presenting sponsor, which is Inverted Gear. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes.
We know it was a last-minute thing, but we love you guys. We appreciate you. It has been phenomenal to have you guys as part of our show. And as you can see, I mean, we're bringing some smiles to some faces here at 10th Planet, and it's very heartwarming to see. But it's been a lot of fun so far. Now, gentlemen, I would say that there is a board to get to, but I want to stay on this match. And
Let's
then
stay on it.
I want to see if I can also take a short break for myself to use the bathroom.
Yeah, no,
At
Raph,
some
you
point.
can't.
Oh,
You didn't
well.
wear a diaper? What are you doing, man?
I mean, here's the thing.
Kevin and I are dietied up, dude.
I can tell you
Be a
guys this.
professional.
You can tell me whatever you think is going to happen. I can just press what's going to happen. Even if the camera follows me to the bathroom itself. This show must go on, everybody.
Bia Mesquita is incredibly difficult to defeat. Brianna St. Marie is a stud, but Bia's, damn, man, that's a hard task.
So, as a reminder, Kevin, I think after this next round, we make the announcement. Side
Okay.
triangle.
This next round? Okay.
No, I'm saying after this one just happening. Yeah.
One more. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were going to let him know the submission. I thought we were just going to keep eyes on him.
I thought it was secret sub.
There's
Yeah,
no
me too.
way.
It's too hard to get.
No, so here's why you do it this way. So this is how you can tell I work in game shows. If you tell them the submission, there is the opportunity where somebody says, "Oh, I did get it. Oh, I did get it," as opposed to who got it first.
Right.
Who gets it first
Oh,
rings
good
the
call.
alarm. Then this dude comes over.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Oh
this.
my goodness.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so
this
much.
is far too nice.
Fuck yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to turn this so the camera can see it.
Yeah, please. You know what? Hold on. Let me get that comment off the board. Do you mind? I'll go ahead and promo it. Thank you, sir. Oh,
Thank you. My name's Rob.
Rob?
Yeah.
Rob
It's
Esparza.
Water. We're out of San Diego.
We'll be. Oh, San Diego. You're closer to me that way.
Okay, yeah.
God.
We're down in
I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah.
So great to see you and great to meet you.
Follow me on Instagram.
Yeah. We'll give you a follow and we'll be in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go
Beautiful.
get my phone and I'll come back.
Oh, thank
All
you so
right.
much, Jude. Check this out. This is gelato water, and what a
Freaking great.
what amazing drop in by them. We have to say thank you so much for coming in clutch and hydrating my boys, making sure that we're going to be able to make it through this broadcast. Because, guys, broadcasting ain't easy. We are now on our 17th hour of broadcasting
Yeah.
at the very least. I might be off on the math, but we've been at this for some time, you guys. So I like that I'm holding it like it's a kid on my lap.
I
Like,
know.
get up here, gelato.
We're
water.
like, somebody was nice to us. Not, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
listen, Coach KC, the 10th Planet crew, not taking that for
but
granted.
we know Casey.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're like
Complete
a stranger.
being like, "Hey,
Yeah.
how are you?
You
You
guys
okay,
look-
bud?" And
look
me being like,
thirsty.
"Did you just give us water?"
Yeah.
I'm just going
Yeah.
to break down in tears. He offers me a water. We're like, oh my God, someone cares.
Let me. You know what?
Yo, I'm going to be real. When it comes time to announce this next one, Tim, I'm going to need to demonstrate because I'm going to say side
Oh,
triangle.
God.
People are going to hear triangle.
My guy.
I'm just letting you know what's gonna happen.
Walk me through this side triangle again. What is
I'll show you. I'm gonna take a Kimura.
Okay.
And then I'm
From
gonna,
side control?
basically north-south Kimura, and then I'm gonna thread my leg and let go of the Kimura and show people.
Judo triangle, more or less.
Sure.
They do like a weird triangle in judo that's like not a standard.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, Yoko Senkaku.
Something like that. Okay, John Danaher. Wait, where's Kevin? Is he in
I got
there?
them weeb words. Where's my rash guard?
Yoko Senkaku. Is that Yoko Ono's sister?
Yoko Senkaku.
That's her maiden name.
Yoko Sukaku is what she did after singing and hearing herself. Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
take
Oh,
that.
here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Beautiful. Kevin and I already tagged him.
You guys, hold on.
We
Do me a
got
solid. If you would take over, I
Yeah.
will take on this.
So we got the finals coming up between Mika Galval and Wagner Hocha, which is, dude, this guy's 42 years old and he's still in the finals of ADCC. I think he's a master at playing that rule set. We saw him beat Gary Tonin, if you remember, in was it 2017? There's like the year got messed up because of COVID, right? It got flipped onto the
It got flipped onto the evens. Yeah, I think it was 17.
Yeah, I think it was 17. And he beat Tonin, and Tonin looked masterful that match, but Wagner's just so good at playing the rules,
man.
dude.
Owen O'Flanagan was on a tear last year, and Wagner got into it. Man, Barboza had to put everything on the line. He's really, really good for this. This is his rule set. Maybe combat jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this is his rule set.
I think he flourishes in an environment where you're not supposed to strike.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where he really sets it off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you know he's going to strike and you're striking back, then he's like different
Yeah, he's
style.
another fighter.
I'm very passive then.
He flourishes in a rule set where breaking the rules is kind of encouraged.
Yeah, right. I like it. What do you think about Diego Hayes and Pato coming up in the finals?
It's got to be, man, every time I say this, Pato wins. It's got to be Jogo, though.
Yeah, this is
he looks unbeatable, always.
This
Always
is the match everyone thought was going to happen in that division, right?
Do we have Andy and Officer Grimy going over there? And
Oh, they are close to those wires.
yeah,
Oh, God. I'm nervous.
their feet are in the. He is Officer Grimy.
Where's
has
our
his
guy?
toes tucked into the wires.
Isaac.
Thank you, Officer Grimy.
He don't see you, Raph.
I know he doesn't. Isaac.
They're killing the wires. Yeah, so
We're gonna lose those wires.
We got
Yeah,
the championship finals.
Go put Andy in his place. We'll see how that plays out.
Andy, I need you to calm down.
Hey, man.
Andy,
I know you think this is your gym because it, literally is your gym.
okay, you're on,
All
Kev.
right, Kev, this is you. I'm actually going to take a camera and just get it.
Okay.
Actually, no. You guys have to go. Fuck.
Oh.
Hang tight, guys.
You gotta say it louder.
Okay. So the boys are going over and giving the lay of the land here. I think they're going to try and demonstrate it. And oh my God. This is so gross for being in a suit. So they just did the drop in. I think they've absorbed about 10 pounds of sweat in them. Ladies and gents, we do have a guest calling in right now. We have a friend of the show. Nathan Haddad will be joining us right now in just a second. So hold on, Nate. I'm going to get you in just a moment. Gentlemen, I was just saying we have a friend of the show calling in.
Okay.
And I just need to make it so that he can be on here. So I'm putting him in preview. He's currently in the green room. A nice little reminder, thank you to all of our sponsors for making this possible. We have had a blast here today. And I have to tell you guys, this is pure chaos all the way through. But we make sure to make it fun, entertaining for you guys. And man, it is always good to see this gentleman. He was a standout as well at the PGF. all-around good dude, an intense grappler in his own right. And I would tell you this.
You're not talking about Kevin.
Oh, is Kevin here? Hold on.
You did the PTF, Kevin?
I just always laugh whenever I say this to people where I say, you know, we have a lot of friends who are very skilled at being technicians, murderers. My man here is a quiet assassin and somebody who I've always been very entertained by. So very excited to bring him on the show. So give me just one more second and we should have him up here. I may have to cover one of you guys because he is off. Nope, I'm going to be able to do it a different way.
Okay.
I think I have the way to format him in.
Let's go, baby.
All right, here we go. He'll be covering the board, but he has been watching profusely throughout this coverage, and I'm very happy to bring him on. You know, we know him just as Nathan. He's just a beast, and it is great to have him joining us for coverage here. Nathan, how are you doing, sir?
What's going on, guys? Good to be here.
Brother, how have you been enjoying this massive weekend of jiu-jitsu and MMA and everything that has been going on, sir?
Man, it's been insane. Like this has just been the best weekend ever for grappling. Like CJI, ADCC, it's insane. Like it's the best party for grappling that we could ever have. So it's been pretty fun to watch.
Have you gotten enough sleep, or have you been staying up all hours of the day watching this stuff?
Man, the first night of CJI, I went to bed like right after Hanato and Tommy because here it was super, super late. Like in Kentucky, we're 3 hours ahead of Vegas. And so it was super late, went to bed and woke up and picked right back off. But I was like, I got to at least watch Hanato and see how that goes. And then I'll pick it back up in the morning. But it's been late nights for sure.
Did you have any results spoiled for you by the time you woke up?
No, dude, I was super like, I'm not getting on any social media. Like, I'm not clicking any text. I turned like Instagram notifications off. Like, everything was completely, I had the YouTube for CJI like pulled up on my phone. So, like, the first thing I did as soon as I got up was like start playing matches because I didn't want to know until I was caught up. So, I did a pretty good job, thankfully.
Good job to you. I don't have the restraint. I usually get spoilers like, whoa, and just go like, I'm an adult. I'm fine. It's not going to change anything. And honestly, you don't appear on camera as much. I mean, right now included, of course. But normally when people tell me they've lost, I try to always stone face them as if to say it's neither good nor bad. So knowing some of that information is like, did you know I lost? And I go, no. That's terrible. Or if they won, did you know I won? Yeah, of course. Everybody knows you won. You're winning. Congrats. So I guess the question I have for you, sir, yes, we do have Luke Griffith and Felipe Pena on our screens, but I should ask you this. What match garnered your attention this week? What match were you obsessed with, or were there one or two that just said, man, that was it?
Man, I mean, there were a few, like, it's interesting to see teammates go head to head. Like Big Dan versus Luke was a good one to watch. And like I've trained with both of them a few times each. Like they're just monsters in their own right. They're massive humans. And they're both super technical at jiu-jitsu as well. So that was one where it's like, it's interesting in its own right. Like even if they weren't teammates, I'd be interested in that match. But then like, obviously they're training together all the time. So them having to go into ADCC and compete against each other is pretty nuts. And it's interesting to note, too, like the final setup with Felipe Pena and Luke Griffith. Like, I was looking at it, and Luke has had, I think, less mat time than Felipe's overtime match with Gordon.
Wow.
Like, he has not been on the mats that long at all. So he's going into the final super fresh. Like, I'm sure he feels great because all of his matches have been, like, quick submissions where not that he didn't have to work, obviously I'm sure he's working hard, but compared to Felipe going like almost the full round every single match and then having that long super fight yesterday, I'm sure his body's taking a toll. So I'm curious to see how that goes and if Luke can bring him into deep waters, and we'll see what happens.
I have to say, I was expecting a few things. I was expecting great analysis from you, sir. I didn't know we were going to get stats nerd Nathan joining us right now. coming in with the facts and spitting out like, yo, I don't know if you know this, Raph, but statistically he had more time and mat time than this. And I was like, wait, where is this coming from? Like, bro, let's get you on ESPN covering shit for us right now. Thank you, sir. Let me ask you this.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. It's easy.
So the question I was going to ask you here, sir, was, and it's very simple. Do we see you in a pit? Do you want to be in a pit? Like, does this whole weekend get you hype? Are you trying to go out there and jump off stuff and triangle people right now? Like, where are you at as a competitor watching all of this jiu-jitsu?
Dude, I mean, I'm sure Kevin would say the exact same, but like, I'm having so much FOMO, like seeing all these dudes that I've competed against, and like, some of them are friends, some of them are old, competition rivals, whatever it is, and like going out there and competing. I'm like, man, like that, it's like the biggest FOMO ever. Like, I want to be out there so bad. So yeah, I'm like itching, like, all right, next year we're getting in one of these things, because yeah, seeing all these guys that, again, it's like trained with, fought, been teammates with, whatever it is, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to tell Kevin he can't get out
100%.
I've had to keep Kevin from even getting out to this open mat that we got going on behind us, and it has been rough. Tim, did you have any questions for Nathan while we have them right now?
Nathan, what would you like to see in terms of the pit wall moving forward? Like, do you think that's something that you'd like to see just in CJI, or is that something you'd like to see in other formats? Because the big buzz that a lot of people are talking about the pit is like, this is it. This is the way. Nobody can go out of bounds. Like, you can kind of grapple off of it, which is kind of cool. We saw some cool grappling off the pit wall. And a lot of people want to see the pit wall in PGF. They were suggesting it during season 6. How do you think that would impact other events and formats outside of CJI?
Yeah, I mean, I like the pit. I think it's a cool way. Like you said, it's a really cool way to deal with out of bounds. What I liked about it with CJI is the mat looked huge. Like, it was kind of hard for them to go into the pit wall sometimes, which was nice. So it's like, it deals with the out of bounds without being so close. I think I would like the pit personally if the mats were big enough. If it was like a really small mat, then I'd probably prefer just to stay like how we had it at PGF, where it's like a little bit of concrete and then just come back to the center. But I like.
He said a little bit of concrete,
it's fun to watch, even in karate combat,
and then come back to the center, guys.
You remember we went into the concrete there, Kevin, a couple times.
100%. I can remember like defending the back take, doing my damnedest, and going, you know what? I'm just gonna have to get a little taste of the concrete. It's all right. I need a little room to work. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, the concrete is a little challenging, but it makes it fun.
I just like the idea that if you were in construction, you'd be like, well, what would you like here? Just a little bit of concrete, just enough where somebody could get hurt permanently if they dropped off accidentally. Oops.
A tasteful amount of concrete.
But Tim, on your side though, as you're watching this and you're looking at somebody like Nate's caliber, like, do you feel like it's inevitable for him? Do you feel like he's got somewhere next? Like, where's he going to shine? Do we just send him? Do we try to get him into like karate combat, doing the pits of missions, man?
Oh yeah, I think so. I think the game right now, if you're a talented grappler such as Nathan or this gentleman sitting next to me right here, is to do as much of these as you can. That's the game, because to be real, the spectators don't care that much about wins and losses. They want to see you entertain. They want to see you get after it. Even if you lose hardcore, they feel that. They want to feel something. What they hate is watching two dudes lean on each other for 8 minutes or 9 minutes, or wait till 1 minute left in a match and then try to put it on. They want to see guys get after it. And that's my advice for anybody out there. Like, that's what I want to see Nate do. Do it all, man. Because CJI, it's all auditions for these bigger shows, and they're going to call you.
Exactly. And to be honest, like any matchmaker out there, you want me on a show, I'm not turning it down. So that's my big thing. Like, I don't karate combat, UFC Fight Pass, PGF, CJI, ADCC. If I can make the weight and I can do it, little guys, big guys, let's go, man. I'm not running from anything.
My man just said, I'm
I think it's all fun. I just want to go out there and fight.
I'm ready to throw hands right now is what Nate is telling us. So I get it, brother. That's why we love seeing you. I have to ask you this. Before we get there, any major predictions for the rest of the day, sir? Any major predictions? And I'll also take any predictions that you've got for this upcoming Absolute. Who would you like to see involved?
Ooh, interesting. Man, I'd like to see Wagner get it done at 77. I think him and Mika is going to be a really good match. I'd like to see him go get his ADCC title. I think that's going to be fun. And I don't know, man. Like I said earlier with plus 99, I think Luke might have it. I think it's Luke's year. I think he's fresh, so I'm excited for those two. And that could be interesting to see how that goes down in the Absolute if either of those guys jump in there as well.
All right, brother. Let me ask you this. What do you have coming up next, sir? What is down the pipeline for you?
Well, I'll probably hit ADCC Chicago in September, just depending on dates if that lines up. And then I got a few things coming up that I can't talk about yet, but
wait, hold on, no,
few things on the horizon. So you guys will be seeing
every
me
time
soon.
somebody comes on as a guest, they're like, "I can't talk about it." I was like, "We're here to talk about."
Listen,
something.
boys,
and then I like that he's like, blink twice if it's EBI.
Oh no, not EBI. I'll give you that, but I can't give you anything else. I can't give you anything else.
I can't give you anything. Let me look directly at you, young man. I'd like to think we were friends. I'd like to think you were nice enough to call me. You come into my virtual house here. I just want to tell you this, buddy. I appreciate you for taking the time to call us. If anything happens that you want to chat about, you're more than welcome. We have a direct line. But my man was on time, and we delayed our start time so that we could kind of accommodate what I'm sure you hear is a very staticky background so that we could kind of let it calm down. We haven't even touched the board just so we can let it calm down. But you actually waited for us to come through. And I got to tell you, man, there's definitely some future as being a correspondent. If not for us, I think for other people in your future. So I hope that all is going well on your side, dude. Don't be a stranger, especially if you make it on out to LA or visit my buddy over here in Nashville. We got mad love for you, dude, and I hope all is going well today for you, sir.
Yes, sir. Likewise. It was good to see you all.
All right, brother. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday, sir. Talk to you soon.
See you guys.
All right, everybody. Nate coming through clutch for us. Preach to that guy. Good kid. I enjoy him a lot. So
yeah, he's a cool dude.
He's definitely like that fighter's fighter. He's like, I'll fight it. I'll fight anybody. I'll fight any rule set. Like I believe it. 100%.
Like every time I bring up that question, it is somewhat cliche, but I like bringing it up for this reason, which is I want to give him a chance to get that forum of people remembering. Put that kid in stuff.
Yeah,
he's a long body type, which is good for a number of different weight classes. That makes you think like, yo, he could be at play at this division and still be a danger.
Yeah, he's a points fighter that hunts subs, man.
Yeah.
Like he can fight in a variety of rule sets. He's got the body type for it. He gets after it. Yeah.
And he seems like a pretty good dude too.
Yeah, he's super chill.
Yeah.
That always helps because jiu-jitsu be a crazy sport, y'all.
Yeah.
And so I think they're doing a post-interview with Felipe Pena.
He pulled the freaking win off, and Griffith looked like he was whooping him.
He did.
Griffith had him in a lot of trouble. I didn't even see the submission. We were talking to Nathan.
Yeah.
And I looked up, and Griffith's head is in his hands, and Philippe's celebrating. I'm like, what happened?
I mean, I'll say this. If you're looking at the comment section, so I don't know how we say this, but Noah came through and said, new wave for the L. I mean, you ain't wrong, but cold-blooded Noah Chen here.
Wow.
I mean, the weird part is, and I have to be honest, I don't know that they would say it any different either. I think in their rooms, job didn't get accomplished this week for New Wave. So it's not even a diss. It's just that's the shit they say to each other.
Danaher's throwing a fit tonight. A hotel room is getting trashed.
Danaher had a special rash guard ready for tonight, not wearing it now.
Bro, it's unfortunate to see Luke Griffith get demoted to the junior team.
You
But,
think-
you know
you
he
think
clearly
the-
wasn't ready.
Do you think the new wave guys are just going out and keying every Mazda Miata that they see? It's like any Miata gets it on site for a Miata. It's like,
Yeah, you know what it is? They're definitely hitting ex-girlfriend status right now. It's like,
yeah.
you don't tell me what to do, I tell you what to do. This is my hot body, and I will tell you this. I'm not saying it's quiet here, but things are slowly calming down.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, do I keep the backpack or do we give it away?
I can't believe we've had, 4 rounds people could have hit side triangles in?
I
Nobody's
think they're
getting
just
it.
generally confused. And I
Yeah.
think the idea is you demonstrated it, but at that point, people are like, I can't hit that. Side, nah.
I
do a
don't
regular
think so,
triangle.
bro. Patchy Mix is in the room. Officer Grimy. We got a couple Pan American champions
Yeah,
in
but
here that I peeped.
These are the guys that are not motivated by our prize, though.
True that. We did
You know,
have a
that's fair.
PFL fighter. I wish I could remember his name. Walk up when we announced the prize, and he just looks me in the face.
It was Urbina.
No.
Oh, it's different. Sorry.
Urbina brought
He's a
this,
UFC
right?
fighter. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. There's another one. He's an extreme couture guy. I've trained with him. I just can't remember his name. Sorry, bro. And he just looks at me and he goes like this, and I was like, nah. And he was like, all right. Just walked off.
No money.
No money,
play.
not interested.
Yeah.
Good Lord. And again, shout out to new friends. Just
Dude,
a
we
lot of
might be getting
water.
Patchy Mix.
Really,
Maybe.
really amazing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, he's moving on.
I think he's showering.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's,
asked him, I was like, are you here?
Oh,
Just
let's go
chilling and
get an interview.
I came up to him in between rounds and I was like, hey, man, are you here just training? Like, you here having a chill Sunday to train? Or do you want to get on a mic? And he was like, let me train a little bit. I'll see what I feel. I'm sure that guy has no shortage of media
yeah,
obligations.
that's fair.
Can I just take a moment to give mad respect to Rafael Lovato Jr. fighting in the
Absolutely.
finals
For
of
real.
ADCC 2024.
Jesus, dude.
Like, I feel like he duped us. I feel like he tricked us. I feel like he said, like, I'm going to retire. I'm kind of like at that spot where, I don't want
He
to.
was probably thinking, I'm kind of old. And then
Yeah.
he went over and he talked to Marigali. And Marigali told him, age is just a number, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I see what you did there, Kevin, and that was very clever. It
Thanks,
took
man.
me about 3 seconds to piece it together, but yeah.
I have to say, Kev, I'm normally the person that does the Leslie Nielsen drop of, this is real analysis. And maybe there's a joke. Maybe. That was very well done, young man.
Thank you.
I feel like your
I'm a
time
moment.
here has been very well served. So you are learning a lot.
That's code for I'm fired because I just made the wrong joke.
No, you were funnier
No,
than me.
you made a
can't
great
be
joke.
funnier than me. That's the joke. That's the thing.
Do,
That's
do
the way
you
this
guys
works.
think that Lovato has a chance to beat Jorge?
I didn't think he had a chance to make it this far, so it's really hard for me to count him
Who
out
knows? Yeah.
right now.
He's going
Hey,
shirtless.
gold BJJ
Oh, but
t-shirt in the crowd.
He can go shirtless.
He's
That dude
shirtless.
looking real good right now, man. And Lovato was bald for so many years.
Yeah, you forget he
Now-
has hair.
To have like
Yeah, you
the
forget.
very slicked back hair, like a man is glowed up over the years.
He's kind of like a buff Keelan, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
got a little Keelan vibe
Yeah, yeah,
going
yeah.
on. If Keelan was like, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna drink some whey protein and get on the creatine, I'm gonna do like my curls and stuff. I could see him getting a version of
I got
that.
a note here from MacTube that says, I'd like to see JD do absolute only because he's never done it. Because I hear you. I do wonder if JT over the years has not done absolute because of the size differentium on how demanding it would be. I think it's great in theory. He's obviously a great grappler. It's not the issue. I think it's more so like, yo, that's a tall task to just be volunteered like that when you go to war in that division and you're at a disadvantage going into the big dance.
I think it's twofold. It's got to be. I've always suspected. I'm a huge JT fan. His game is extremely strength dependent. He usually is the stronger guy in his matchups. I've been told by his training partners and teammates that that have competed at that level that he is insanely strong for his size. And a lot of you see it in the way he approaches his grappling is he intends to put pressure on you. He intends to put squeeze on you. All of that, right? As soon as you go into the absolute, it gets real hard to have that pressure game against large guys. Mix in that with this sort of mythos he had because he was undefeated at ADCC until the last one. He was untouchable, and you go into the absolute and you just look like a guy again.
Yeah, it is weird how that happens. Everyone goes like, "Oh yeah, size does actually."
Yeah, it turns out we have weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I always love it when you hear a training room story and they go like, "Yeah, this 150-pound guy, he tapped out all these top level guys who are 200 pounds," and you're like,
Did he really though?
Absolutes.
Yeah, clearly they weren't that top level, right? No, I'm playing. I mean, you do see it happen. Lachlan Giles had a hell of a run in 2019, but we talk about that and are still talking about it for that reason. It doesn't happen a lot.
And not taking anything away from him, he's a superstar.
I like this note, though. Mac Tube in there. Helena, Giancarlo, and Gordon still winning. Just to let you know, they're doing well, but I don't think that van trip home is going to be good. I've been around wins and losses with that team, and they're probably harsher than any people on the internet can be to each other when it does come to that stuff. I just think of it like this. By and large, if you look at these things, B Team's been looking pretty good all the way through. Like, considering you got a $1 million winner, you had Bradley, who was considered B Team, you had J-Rod doing what J-Rod does. Like, all things considered, some good stuff from everybody all around. It's just, I think sometimes people want those bragging rights because the comment section's going to get real lonely if you don't have the ability to say how much you won and beasting the other people. And it says, Noah is salty because he was too young for the after party.
For the after party?
I think that Noah is, he's a baby.
Oh, he's hanging out with Jet Thompson at Circus Circus.
Wait, is Circus Circus still alive? Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I stayed there last time I was out.
Where you didn't know you did?
Yeah, for a night.
No.
Yeah, Plaster and I did once.
God bless.
I know.
God bless.
It was
sir.
wild. It was fine.
It was Circus
fine.
Circus. It's assumed it was wild.
Yeah. It's just...
wait, hold on. Who names something Circus Circus and then goes like, man, that was wild. It's Circus Circus. It's in the name. Like, what do you... They were trying to tell you twice. They literally gave you all the hints they could.
That's a hint that it's like a bad drug trip. Circus Circus. Fever Dream. Yeah, that place is huge, man. I imagine in its heyday it was pretty awesome, but it's pretty used right now.
It says, let's get the Jiu-Jitsu boys against one another. Me versus Nate. Any rule set. Fuck it. Whoa, boys. Whoa.
Him versus Nathan Haddad?
Yeah.
How big is Noah?
Noah's actually, that's a good match. I like that.
I thought he was a kid.
He's a kid, but,
I thought he was small.
I mean, he's a kid in the sense that, like, compared to me, he is young. In the real world, to all of the regular youth, he's a normal adult.
Okay.
Measure it in years. If you were to measure it in years.
How many dog years
How
is
many
he?
dog years is he? 3.
Okay.
3.5.
Baby-esque.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what it is? Noah, when I like first was really like interacting with him, we did an interview. He had short hair, right? Then he Lovato'd up, and now as a correspondent, he has like straight up hair, and I'm like, I feel like they're two different people. Did I meet hardcore intense Noah Chen, and then he went out there and like glammed up to be a correspondent?
He got a New Jersey blowout.
So he did. He
frosted tips.
So thank you very much for that. I think he could pull that off.
Yeah, whoever wins out. So is Nathan Haddad also sponsored by Jiu-Jitsu? Is that what we're...
I think so.
Okay, so winner keeps the sponsorship.
Oh my God, let's not do that.
I like it.
Let's do it.
It's God. Turkish hair transplants go crazy. You pull it off nicely, sir. I'm a little mad because I get very defensive here. I want the best hair on the show. And you know what I mean? Like, I already got this one. But the nice part about this one is he got yelled at by your actual barber yesterday. So what was that about?
My barber tuned in, and with nothing else was said other than a DM on Instagram that said, put some clay in your hair, and then I'm going to see you when you get back.
Wow.
Your barber? I don't know any barbers that would say that.
Yeah.
Was it your hairstylist, you mean?
No,
when you say barber,
if I say stylist, she gets upset.
okay, the fact that you said
Got
she
it.
tells me she's not a barber.
No, she's a barber.
A barber.
Exclusively
Does she
cuts
have a
men's hair.
barbershop pole?
No.
Does she have the barber saw that you put the combs and brushes in?
Probably.
Are there penthouse magazines? Because that's usually
There's
what
no
is
penthouse
Okay,
magazine.
she's not a barber, dog. She's a stylist.
Does she have a mustache? 'Cause if not,
Is her name Ed?
I mean,
That's cool that she cares that much, dude. Like, that's actually great service. Like, I'll do random drop-ins on you, and I'll tell you if your hair's not right.
yeah, I've hit her up on like short notice when I've gotten a short notice match. It's like 2 days out. My hair looks a mess. I'll be like, hey, I'm about to be on a stream. I want these pictures to look good. He's
you
like,
put
all right,
some-
just come to the living room.
Put some lines in my head.
Straight up. Like,
That's great.
yeah. I'm like in the middle of a weight cut, and I'm like, but we have priorities. You need that haircut too.
I'm just glad that you have somebody who cares that much to be like, take a look at yourself. You need to have some self-respect.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, listen, I'm a jiu-jitsu athlete. We're supposed to look homeless. And she goes, not with a name like Handsome Kevin. I was like,
That's
fuck.
fair.
All
The
right,
branding's
touche.
at stake here.
Touche.
Okay.
Good, fair enough.
Put me in my place.
I do appreciate, though, the love that they would have just to be like, hey, listen, I know what's going on here. I know that we could say, you know, maybe clean up a little bit, do your hair. She's like, you look a mess.
Fix it.
Have some self-respect, KEVIN SHERRILL. I like the Shanji cam, by the way, because
Yeah.
there's a great no-sell in how he looks, but he's there obviously covering one Rafael Lovato Jr., who's playing a half guard situation here.
Yeah, that's not a good look against Kynan Dwarch.
It's going to be tough. But
Kynan's a monster on top, man.
Yeah.
It does not. There we go. His knee shield's back in. But, I mean, Lovato has a strong guard. Very classic guard. But you have to imagine that, like, if Kynan gets on top,
Yeah.
it only starts going downhill, especially he's got all that time to work.
You never want a big dude, especially at the elite level, on top of you in those pinning positions because you hardly ever get out.
Yeah.
Super rare.
I've had Ryan Hall, Bruno Frazzato, and a handful of other guys who are like world-class guard players have told me that Paul Ardilla, like, tell me that, like, oh, yeah, the best reason to wrestle is so that you don't have to play guard
Yeah.
at the highest level for any sort of length of time. If you're trying to do 20 minutes, we saw it with Levi Jones, Leary, and Cade. If you're trying to play guard
It's too hard.
for 20 minutes, like, the other guy gets to control the tempo, you are going to have problems.
I think that's where the jacket and the gi, not to like kill this argument, but that's where it gives the gi player more control over the tempo because they tie
'Cause
you
they
up.
can cheat,
They can,
yeah.
Well, right. I mean, kind of, but it does change the dynamic.
Yeah, it does.
And then people take that mindset into nogi, and
yeah,
they
there's
think
no in and out. There's no changing it up. I lock you into an exchange I want.
it draws it out very long. Yeah, yeah. Nogi guard play is tricky, man. You gotta go quick and figure it out.
Yeah, you have to have cardio and you have to be able to process fast.
Yeah.
I do not. My guard's ass.
What's up?
David, do you have the mics to hand on
Uh,
over
yes,
to
sir.
Egg? Or, I'm
Yes.
sorry, not to Egg, but to Isaac.
I will do. 1 sec.
Yeah, I got him in the gold BJJ bag.
Thank
Shout
you.
out, gold BJJ.
Shout out indeed. Anyway, you know, we are slowly, thank God, easing them out, the people that are here. And we do look like things have calmed down a little bit now. There's a responsible amount of people that are grappling, a manageable amount. Still, Matt Gravity will bring them to the center.
Yeah, I would have bet so much money we were going to lose a table.
You know what's really funny?
I thought we were.
And you guys can know this now. I couldn't have said this earlier because I'm afraid of making things worse. I purposely left that table up as a dummy table.
Yeah.
I knew if I was going to lose something, I need to make
God,
them
that's a
feel like
pro
they can
move.
leave that there.
You sacrificed
But
it.
strategically, that TV is on
Yeah.
his last legs, so
It-
let it just do that.
If the table wasn't there, we would have lost this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So-
you'll notice, initially when I took a look at the work that was done this morning, I took a look and I said, it cannot domino down and kill the stream.
Smart.
Even if it did. So yeah, this is a lot of thought is put into this shit.
Yeah, you built a wall. You built a little force field over there. That's
A
great.
Mexican building a wall seems, not the best. But it says Gary Tonin is always a chance in absolutes. I always feel bad when he loses. Hope he does it. I mean, Gary, I would love to see him come back and rally for the absolute. I think he's such a monster. He can kill it. He can do it. So very excited for that.
Kynan's up 2-0 and is about to rack up another pass. Man, that pressure is insane. He waited until right when the points came live, got a pass, and now he's looking to go again. You have to imagine, all credit to Lovato, you have to imagine he would love to be on his feet right about now.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, he's in a terrible spot. This is a spot we're just saying we're trying to stay out of.
Yeah.
I mean, just the thought of Lovato being in this...
What's he thinking? Why doesn't he just, can't let that guy in that spot? Sorry.
Duh.
What's he doing,
Get up, dude.
Bruh. We're just talking about you can't be there. It's like he doesn't even fucking listen, God.
Man, I really...
5-0.
Come on.
Take Jesus.
Come on, Raphael. Let's go, dog.
Oh, that's
fucking rough. He locks it in. He does like a double check. Like, let me make sure this is tight because I'm going to run the clock down with this bun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't think he's running the clock down, man.
He's going to finish.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely going to try and finish, but
he's gonna.
This is a position where I'd be like, I'm staying here for 8 minutes. You can do whatever you want. I'm
Kevin.
holding.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
What's the back escape? Because you mentioned some back escapes the other day. Like, what's the back escape from here?
Yeah, Lovato's got to retreat his left hip into the body triangle. See what he's doing? His bottom hip. He's got to retreat that into the body triangle. You can't move forward through the bar across your hips. Oof, it's over. The problem with it is as you twist and you turn that way, it makes it really easy to get a super deep rear naked choke. So you can walk your way through it. Casey Houstead is actually the dude that taught it to me after my match with Jet Thompson. He goes, listen, bro, you spent 4 minutes in a body triangle, and I was trying to do a different escape, and he's like, yeah, that shit don't work. Come to my gym tomorrow. I'm gonna grab a couple of ukes, and we're just gonna rep for an hour, body triangle escapes, and then I hit it on Nathan Haddad the next day. And I was like, man, and Nathan Haddad's a monster on the back.
Who taught you this? I'm so sorry.
Casey.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Casey. Wow, that's
I was
really
on
nice.
Andy's team, and Casey was like stepping in and just, Hodger is Hodger, but Casey is really vocal, really involved. Hodger is very mild-mannered, and he doesn't want to tell you what to do, man. He's like, I don't want to tell you how to do your jiu-jitsu, and I'm like, you should tell me how to do you should tell me how to do your jiu-jitsu. Casey stepped in, and he was like, nah, man, you can't sit in a body triangle for 4 minutes. He was trying to walk me through it during the Jet match, but y'all know how that goes, trying to walk somebody through, teach somebody while they're out there.
What was the escape that you were trying to do that wasn't working?
You just swing your leg over, basically, and you involve the lock and bring them into double hooks.
Oh, you try to get your leg over
you try
the
to
lock?
get the top leg
over that
basically
lock
to collect the lock that's behind your leg, but if they follow the back of your hamstring, like, good luck. Which is why, like, people always say, like, prevent the body triangle is first. And that is way easier than unlocking the body triangle. But since Casey showed me that, I have had a lot of success, and my students have had a lot of success. So shout out to Casey, man. Like,
nice.
He fixed a major, major problem very quickly. You can also lean up while you do it, which is crazy, but it works so well. I think we saw it out of who did we see yesterday? I want to say Tackett, forward rolled. Sat up. We were discussing it. He sat up and forward rolled to disconnect the back control. It was wild.
Interesting.
We'll demo it. We'll demo it for sure.
Levi Jones, his triangle escape was pretty sick too, and I've seen it before, but he was just so like, I'm popping out of this.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. I'm
Dude,
out.
when that triangle locked up, I was like, oh shit,
I thought that was
over. Yeah.
If you get put in a triangle, I think that was Ty that had him in that triangle. Was it Ty? I think it was Ty.
Cade. I think it was Cade.
Cade, you're right. You don't just find your way out of that real easy. You
Nah,
went
man.
right to it.
We've had that discussion a bunch of times, me and my teammates, about like, all right, what's the submission that like someone's going to put you in this deep trouble? What's the submission where you're like, it's fucking over? If this guy's good, if this guy knows jiu-jitsu, like not even great, good, it's fucking over. And like the one is like locked in triangle. A locked in triangle, you are fucked.
I feel like a locked in arm triangle, head and arm choke is just about as good, especially if your elbow gets pushed across.
But I will say there are way fewer people who are good at an arm triangle.
I think all of the squeezing, which says a lot, but a lot of the squeezing type chokes or like ankle locks, there's a weird mystery nuance in there that takes a while to figure. And somebody could tell you. And the problem is everyone's got their own damn nuance and way. No, you never do it like this. You do it like that. And then some other person goes, no, don't do it like that. Do it like this. You kind of have to feel what that signature feels like. Yeah. And then you start hunting that feeling. And once you get it, you get it.
Dude, you develop like this weird sense of like snugness.
How to tighten it up.
Yeah. And like I tell my guys, I'm like, you were never going to not doubt it. I put people to sleep, and the entire time I was sitting there for like, it took like 40 seconds or whatever. It took forever. And the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, man, is this thing on? Like, I got to trust it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of the Bullpen. Kev, we got a huge board. Why don't we get straight to it right now? Go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, thanks, Raf. I mean, today we're talking about the clean aesthetic of Gold BJJ. They're phenomenal streetwear they've got. It's not just training gear, guys. You can get streetwear. Raf, are these all Gold BJJ? All of these cards are Gold BJJ?
Yep, just read the script like we talked about.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a variety of styles. They have a bag. It's phenomenal competition gear. You can bring it with you. You can throw it in the wash. Raf, these are really cool. Are any of these for me? Like that bag?
No. They didn't have any stuff for you.
Well, they're really affordable if you need to go out there and get them. You can just get the stuff, goldbjj.com.
These shorts are awesome. I'm going to get this. Wait.
Oh, do they have a second set for me? Is that a thing they have?
You know, they were like, hey, man, we ran out of stuff, and they didn't have it in your size because like fat. You know what I mean? So, like, these are all for like me. Anyway, go visit our friends at goldbjj.com.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Elevate your BJJ game with inverted gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertijar.com and roll with confidence panda style.
We're out here live.
So, guys, just so you're aware, what we're going to do right now is we're going to actually roll. Wait, they're just literally behind me. These goons are doing tech. I was going to give them a break, and instead they're doing techniques. You know, yesterday we decided to try and do something nice. There's a lot of meanness in the world, but we tried to do something that we thought was community building. So while we had our friends attending ADCC, we knew there would be a mass exodus of people who were looking for a ride to the Craig Jones Invitational, possibly even asking an Uber and Lyft to come pick them up when it was going to be massively chaotic. So we thought, being the good people that we are, we would maybe, I don't know, hook them up with a ride if we could. So yesterday, while we were putting together our show, we sent out our crew to actually go forward and see if they could give some rides. So one of our correspondents, Egghead, who is a wonderful figure in the jiu-jitsu community, especially with the PGF, was kind enough to loan the services of his car to take people back and forth. And, well, you know, I think the package speaks for itself. So we present to you a little package we put together called Do You Need a Lift?
I'm Nico.
Where y'all train?
I train at M Theory Martial Arts in Minnesota.
And I'm at Atos HQ in San Diego.
Okay, introduce yourself.
I'm Megad Warrior, PGF, Professional Grappling Federation World commentator and analyst, and I train kind of close to you at 10th Planet Oceanside currently.
I know, nice.
Although my boy is up in Minnesota, so maybe he'll try out M Theory. We'll see how that goes. So guys, you just came out from the ADCC, pardon me. How was it?
Lead us off, Vinny.
How was it? I'll start with the peak. The Marigali match was pretty fun. That whole section actually was the best, the highlight. Like Kainan Duarte, Marigali, like all those fights were super entertaining. A lot of quick hitters, quick submissions, stuff. A lot of upsets as well.
Yeah, minus 99 was definitely the best. They showed out the most, I think, out of anyone. And then, yeah, grappling sports, as you guys know, it's slow. It's like these peaks and valleys that we get, and it's just a marathon, really, as an audience member. You sit for 8 hours at a time. And we're going to go do another 4 hours at CJI right now.
Well, I mean, that's a bit of a question, though, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be slow. I mean, it can be sometimes in like the true martial art form, perhaps, just going for those inches. But if you're trying to make it a sport, I mean, there are ways to make it faster.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, you guys ever seen the Professional Grappling Federation? The PGF?
I don't think I have.
Oh, man, you're missing out. 6-minute rounds. The only way to score is to get a submission. And if you get a submission in the first minute, you get an extra point. It is all about action. Now, hey, no kidding, I got it. It's not pure jiu-jitsu, because the pure jiu-jitsu you can take forever and people be going to sleep.
Yeah.
But this makes it action. So there's no peaks and valleys. There is go, go, go.
So I'm confused though. When there's a submission, you said you get a point. So that means you keep going after the submission?
No. So the thing is, with the PGF, it's a season. So it's over 4 nights of regular season, and you have 12 matches. Each competitor gets 12 matches, three matches a night, for the 4 nights. And whoever accumulates the most points gets to the playoffs. And points are only by submission. So if you get a break, arm bar, heel hook, whatever, that's 3 points. You get a kill, a choke, rear naked choke, guillotine, whatever, that's 6 points. And that goes towards your totals. Kind of like a World Cup type situation. Yeah. Whoever gets the most points out of that, like either the little scrum gets to the next level. Same kind of situation here, but you only get points by getting submissions itself. And it's only 6 minutes long, as opposed to your 10-minute matches ADCC, or your up to 15-minute matches CJI. I'm just saying, there are ways to make it more exciting by truncating, like giving incentives. But to that point, I mean, did you guys go to the CGI yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes.
What'd you think about that?
I thought that was pretty exciting. I liked the one mat. I liked not that, like, it's already kind of hard enough to pay attention because of the length of the show. So having one mat and then incentivizing wrestling, people can't run away. I liked the CGI thing. I guess my only criticism was sometimes I couldn't see because they were too close to the wall,
right,
where our seats were. And then they blocked the what's it called?
Yeah, the monitor, the jumbotron.
Yeah, the jumbotron was blocked
by the lighting.
So
okay,
it's tough to actually see.
Yeah, it felt a little bit more playful. Like people wanted to be in action more. And I think it was cool to see people use the wall, like the slanted wall, try to use it to set up submissions, to set up takedowns, sweeps and stuff like that, which, like you said, it reinforced grappling or wrestling and using that where you can't run away like you can in ADCC.
That's really smart. So one of our friends and actual announcer of CGI, Stephen Aiken, used to say that, or always says that, the rules make the fight. And so with CGI, their rules for scoring the rounds, because it's a 10-9, 10-8, 10-7 type situation, he who initiates action the most, the person that's pushing the action, they get the top score. So again, that's an incentive by the rule set itself to actually make things happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of what you saw, is that people know that, hey, if I'm going to try to win this round, I gotta be going, I gotta be moving, there gonna be things going on, and made it, again, possibly more playful. I mean, I think there's also some characters there. I know, younger tags say, hey man, I'm a young guy, I want to make it fun, stuff like that. That was really awesome. But also the rules itself give you that incentive.
Yeah, without the music too, there's more banter by the crowd. There's more silences, and it gets kind of, stagnant. But there's also people yelling and trying to be funny, and sometimes it hits and it makes the show more entertaining. So like the silence, as opposed to ADCC, 3 mats, music playing, kind of not. It doesn't incentivize the banter, really.
Yeah. And like you said too about like the competitors at CJI, a lot of them are these young guys who their sport is very dynamic, or their jiu-jitsu is very dynamic, and they're fun to watch. Like the Rotolo brothers, the Tackets. I mean, they're all about just going and putting on a show, making it enjoyable, but also it's successful for them.
Definitely, lots of fun, and I think again to the point you made earlier, just having the one mat, and maybe less noise, it helps me focus too. Because otherwise, I think a lot of us that do jiu-jitsu got a little bit of ADHD going on. If I can actually focus, it's better for me. Because I think it's part of jiu-jitsu. It's like you focus on your training partner, and so that kind of brings you that peace. I tell you, the 3-ring circus of ADCC, it's a lot. It's awesome, but it's almost like it's almost too much for my sensory overload. Yeah. It's kind of like when I watch an NFL game. Now, I'm a big Saints fan. Used to go to the Superdome every once in a while. I'd rather watch it at home because it's just too much noise, cacophony.
You mentioned that.
Yeah. The commentators too. It's nice having a commentator sometime. Like it's nice to like sometimes be at home like listening to hearing what people say, like when there is that stagnant silence. But at the same time, like you get the energy. For example, like today ADCC, like to be in the energy when Marigali lost. Like that was big. It was big. Everyone stood to their feet. That was cool and something that you're not going to get at home. So it's those gives and takes.
So now you're going to CJI, the finale.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who's getting the $1 million? Who's taking it home, guys?
I mean, I traded Atos. I really want Cade to pull it out in the under 80, and then the over 80. Yeah, there's Vince. I'm actually not from. I don't know how to say his name. What's his name? Santos. Invencio Santos. He's from Atos. But I don't know him as well as I know Cade, so I just want to see an exciting match for the big boys. I want the big boys to put it on, and then I think Gabby might do more. I think she might. I don't know, because it depends how much of a clown show Craig's gonna make it. But I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what spectacle, and if Gabby can actually pin him down. She's massive.
Yeah, I think the sexual tension is going to really have an opportunity to blossom with Gabby and
so.
Craig.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm most excited, just to see how that is expressed kind of on the mats, to be honest. And then in regards to the millions, yeah, it'd be cool to see Cade. Trained with him kind of through you, and let's see, I don't know, but like I'm gonna be honest, was it Leary who beat Cade's brother Ty? He was looking, yeah, he's a dark horse. He was looking scary. Like I know my legs were hurting just watching.
He was kind of looking like Owen Jones today at ADCC. Yeah. These Australian these like Lachlan Giles students are just looking scared.
Yeah, Kennard over the 80 kilograms had a very nice got
he set
Hugo
back into an inside ashi, which I've been yelled at for, probably because I'm lazy. I'm super lazy, so instead of passing guard, I'll sit back into a ashi, and I'll get yelled at by my coaches all the time for doing that. That's bad stuff. And he did it at the highest level against the number 1 seed, basically, at the over 80. It was really cool to see.
Well, maybe you saw in the last ADCC. I mean, Gordon Ryan was like just doing regular ashi
on
people and wrecking fools.
Yeah, for standing.
So, I mean,
from standing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so what is old is new again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like your comment about the sexual tension. I mean, obviously, Craig has $100,000, bet on him getting that leg lock. But if he gets subbed by Mother's Milk, maybe he's okay with that. I mean, maybe that's the price to pay. I don't know.
That's an age-old question that, I mean, is really only between him and Gabby, I think, ultimately, right? Like,
the OnlyFans thing is actually a joke, right? Because would you guys buy the sex tape? No, I'm saying no.
All right, that's a no comment.
It's
from
a
me,
no comment.
I'm married, man. I ain't saying that. Obviously not, honey. I would never pay for anything related to that type of content.
Maybe that's where you find the true jujitsu, the true art of jujitsu is behind that paywall. The gentle art.
Sure. There we go. Oh, man, I mean, so just to go pull it back one more, man, we're all jiu-jitsu practitioners and fans, and this weekend, I don't think we'll ever see it again. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see ADCC and CJI again. We'll probably see them both, obviously, again. But I mean, how does it feel to be around something that's so momentous, and again, we probably won't see again? How do you feel about that?
I think being around the first year is something super special, and if it continues, it'll be kind of fun to say that we did this. Actually, ADCC 2022 kind of changed my life. I'll spare the details of the story, but it changed the trajectory of. I trained at Atos basically since then, and got really deep into my jiu-jitsu practice, and so this was kind of a full circle moment for me to come back to Las Vegas and to be back in Thomas and Mack, where last ADCC was. Yeah, it's personally special to me. It's kind of a full circle thing, and I think they should keep it on the same weekend. Why not? Like, everyone's out here for it. Everyone's out here for jiu-jitsu then.
Yeah, it really it draws so much attention to jiu-jitsu in general, which is super cool. Like that's just awesome just to see. And again, being here for something that's a first time, always dope. And I think the other positive is it's gonna force ADCC to step up. I felt like being there today, it felt a little lackluster. Like it felt like they had, like, they needed to do something. And talking with people at ADCC too, they were like, so if you had to pick one or the other, which one would you choose? And a lot of people were leaning towards CJI. So it'd be interesting just to see what comes of this, like, because competition only will force people just to grow. So I'm excited just to see what
They took away the pyrotechnics and the drummers from ADCC. I noticed that.
And the Pride Lady.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm glad they changed it. They had an announcer last year who was like very extra, but it was a meme. But and then CJI actually had pyrotechnics, which I took a video of because I'm like I should probably make a comment about how they actually went into the pyrotechnics. But it is, yeah. I'm interested to see what you guys are doing with the federation, because jiu-jitsu I think the ceiling is such that it's not exciting enough to bring a non-practicing person or a non-martial artist to these events. Yeah. Like, how many people do you think at ADCC practice jiu-jitsu? We were talking about this.
Vast majority.
I said 80%, and I think that was low.
Yeah.
So like, in basketball, football, it's not even close to that.
Yeah. I got you, man. Yeah, so definitely. So check out the PGF. Go to Brandon McCatherine's YouTube channel. It's on there. The first qualifier is going to happen. Drop off, sir. Okay, roger that. Thank you, sir. All right, so first qualifier is actually going to happen. It's going to be live on YouTube 10 a.m. next, I believe, Saturday, coming from 10th Planet Austin. Then the regular season is going to kick off November 3rd through 9th. There's going to be a draft, which is going to be phenomenal. And then you're going to have regular season. It's the Shark Week of Jiu-Jitsu. You can check out the prior seasons on YouTube. It's phenomenal.
Cool.
All right, but man, hey, until then, thank you so much for being the guest. Yeah, hey, man, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
nice to meet you. I really appreciate all your thoughts about CJI and ADCC, and man, we'll see you in there.
Cool.
Yes, do y'all want to plug anything?
Yeah, actually, I'll plug. I got a business, Fresh Steeps. Check it out, freshsteeps.com. Just launched functional flavorful tea. Great for jiu-jitsu, pre-jiu-jitsu, post-jiu-jitsu. Love it, man.
No sugar.
Yeah. No sugar. It's honey, maple syrup.
CBD bag.
And yeah, check it out.
Give them.
Can they take it in there?
No, they can take the CBD.
Yeah.
Y'all can take the CBD.
On YouTube, I started a show called Rolling With. I got guests like the Rotolo brothers. I got ADCC champions, and then I roll with super hot girls and fitness influencers too. So it's a beautiful time. I try to make them as uncomfortable as possible for your viewing pleasure. So please check out the show, and later, brother.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are after the conclusion of CJI Egghead with our passengers from earlier. So
Yeah.
what do you think? How did it turn out?
They won. I mean, they won the weekend. That was epic, dude. That was so fun. Yeah, electrifying.
What do you think?
For year one, that was one of the best year one just events I think I've attended, and yeah, they crushed it. No complaints. Overall, energizing, exciting. Excited for 2025.
Oh yeah. So what was your favorite match? I mean, there was some barn burners.
Probably the same one as everyone's favorite, Cade Tackett.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that was
I mean,
it was just nonstop action. Going back to what we were saying before we got in the car, nonstop action. They were on their feet, grappling, had everything, just energizing. I don't know, all around.
I mean, obviously that was probably one of the best matches in jiu-jitsu history. It's easily top 10. But I mean, I'll tell you, I saw Mackenzie Dern and Fionn Davies, and I really enjoyed that match. What do you think?
Oh, good. Yeah, I mean, I knew Fionn was just gonna win the jiu-jitsu day, but yeah, she did what I guess she did what we expected. So therefore, it's only so good.
What are you? Maybe a contrasting thought.
I think I also kind of had an expectation that Fionn was gonna work her a little bit. I thought that she had that jiu-jitsu mindset and being a jiu-jitsu competition versus any striking, obviously. She was in the upper hand, and she just showed the technicality. She was in control the whole time, and honestly just really flowed. It was her match.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, Mackenzie Dern has to worry about getting
Yeah.
struck, getting kneed,
Right.
getting,
Right.
other things with MMA.
I love
now.
the reverse triangle, actually. Shout out
Yeah.
to the reverse triangle, because that's one of my favorite things to hit, and God willing, when that happens. But so to see it at a high level is really fun.
So, gentlemen, I guess any final thoughts?
Final thoughts is just that it was awesome. I mean, it's super lame final thoughts, but honestly, just fantastic. Super excited for 2025. Hopefully, get Fresh Steeps as a sponsor. That's what I'll call that out and put that out there. But yeah.
What do you think, brother?
Yeah, same. Happy to be here for year one. It's good for jiu-jitsu, and it's a big part of my life. So, yeah.
I think that you just echo the thoughts of everyone. We're almost stupefied just by all the action, how amazing it was, how phenomenal an experience. And hey, well, thank you. This is Egghead and our pastors coming in from Mac Center, CJI.
Heck yeah.
See you later.
Peace.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of the Bullpen. Kev, we got a huge board. Why don't we get straight to it right now? Go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, thanks, Raph. Today we're talking about the clean aesthetic of Gold BJJ. Their phenomenal streetwear they've got. It's not just gear, guys. You can get streetwear. Raph, are these all Gold BJJ? All of these cards are Gold BJJ?
Yep, just read the script like we talked about.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a variety of styles. They have a bag. It's phenomenal competition gear. You can bring it with you. You can throw it in the wash. Raph, these are really cool. Are any of these for me? Like that bag?
No. They didn't have any stuff for you. They ran out of your
Well, they're
sizes.
really affordable if you need to go out there and get them. You can just get the stuff, goldbjj.com.
These shorts are awesome. I'm going to get this. Wait. Oh, this
Do they have a second set for me? Is that a thing they have?
They were like, hey, man, we ran out of stuff, and they didn't have it in your size because we're fat. You know what I mean? So, these are all for me. Anyway, go visit our friends at goldbjj.com.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Elevate your BJJ game with inverted gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertijar.com and roll with confidence panda style.
So, hello, everybody. We hope you were taking a nice commercial break. They did just spring a nice little series of matches. We are looking at, yes, Rafael Guedes versus Nathaniel DeJesus coming in right now, and very happy to do this. Now, you guys might be asking yourselves, why are you watching a pre-show if the show is already happening? I guess my question to you is it? Did you guys watch the Flow Grappling pre-show? No. You waited to show up till now. So why would you put a pre-show on if nobody's actually going to be watching? If you're an affiliated version of it, you better put on a good pre-show. Actually, it sounds like they would need something like this to justify doing something fun. So, I mean, if you're not part of the official crew, then perhaps, just perhaps, we should be looking to do it at a leisurely pace. So this works for us, and I got news for you. Doesn't this feel a little bit more appeasing to the ears to not be in a room filled with individuals who are crazily yelling and killing each other, and throughout our best efforts, still bumping up against our equipment? So we say to you guys, welcome back. We're going to now start to get our attention toward the board. We didn't forget, but we've been inundated with a lot of dude sweat in here. And now my body temperature is just slowly starting to come back down. So I ask you guys, I can unmute you without having to mute and remute you.
Wow.
So that it's a little bit more appeasing to the audience ears. But how are you guys both doing?
Kevin, I don't know about you. I'm doing all right. We got a little scrappy. We got a little sweat on us. We got out amongst the people. We slapped hands and fist bumped and gave some attaboys. I didn't dap anybody up. I didn't want to get the rash guard on me. And somebody defiled Kevin's chair. So I'm doing okay.
Feel
but
it, Kevin? Do you feel the remnants of our friend?
Not physically, but emotionally, you know?
I need a shower on the inside.
Yeah, I need a shower on the inside. Like, you know, he's not here with us currently, but
don't say it like that. You make it sound like he's dead. Please don't. He did not die, everybody.
He sat in my chair, and I said, nope, can't let it slide.
No bueno, dog.
It's just he's no longer with us and just says it like, oh, we're a new show. But
yeah, it feels like somebody else drove your car, and like just everything's just like not quite right.
Oh, yeah.
Not quite right. Like the mirror's not where it should be. Maybe they moved some stuff around on the cup holders. Chair's not where it should be.
Let's say this. We do have a champ about to be announced. Very cool stuff here. We did go through some things. I'm going to look at the comment section, but there's a lot of stuff to still cover. And to all of you who have been trying to get in contact with us, I did have a friend, a correspondent, who told us he was trying to get a hold of us. We will get to him in a few minutes when he calls back in. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for working with us. We definitely had to work through some surprises here. So I got jump scared by that ad. Jesus. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what that means. I think the volume probably just scared them away. It's okay. You guys have volumes on your TV. You can figure it out. Anyway, guys, we should start with this. What was the submission of last night? So I will start with you, and I'm going to go ahead and go on over and return back to one Tim Freeman. Tim, what was the submission of yesterday, evening or day? Whatever it is you want to call it.
I think that's an easy one, and I hate to jump in and take the biggest, juiciest piece of steak that I can, but I will, even though I hate it or not. It's got to be Nicky Rodriguez with his RNC against Felipe Andrew, because that is the very first $1 million choke we have ever witnessed. So in terms of sub of the night, it's got to be Nicky Rodriguez. What a tension-filled moment. And then to see the relief and the joy and the real raw, authentic expression that he had, it's pretty damn cool. That's a lot of hard work wrapped up into one moment. So for me, it's got to be Nicky Rod, sub of the night.
Very cool. Before I turn to you, though, just can I remedy something?
Yeah, man. Well, what's going on?
Dude, where is this gonna fit? You got salt.
Oh,
there.
shoot.
Oh, man.
You said, can I get one of your stickers? And I was like,
Um,
I can't go over Nashville.
No.
I can't go over Stockton.
No.
I can't go over Half Sumo.
You can go over Steady State.
Do we know them?
Nah, they're just a fun coffee shop down in Carlsbad, California.
You don't know them like you know me. And
No.
You take your stickers off before you add new ones?
Yeah, dog.
You are old.
I'm not in the 4th grade, dude. I'm used to having to clean my desk at the end of the school year. You gotta take all your stickers off. I want it. I want it. I want this.
But I didn't take consent for it to go on.
I like that it bugged Raph that much that he's like, wait a minute.
Bro,
Oh no, the computer just died. So hold on. Don't do any more. I gotta actually fix that camera. I think touching it gave it a touch of that.
Touchy-feely. Touchy-feely sounds like a game you try to play with your girlfriend to convince her to make out with
That's
you.
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the second greatest nickname.
What?
The first is still Butter Panther.
Yeah, I think we're right. Okay, here we go. I'm peeling.
You're still not on air.
Oh.
It just went to a blank screen. So
Okay.
I'm going to kill this out. This is how you can tell you can't do two things at a time. Otherwise, you might kill one of them. All right. So I'm seeing Tim
All right.
come up off air.
Ready?
Hold on. You'll see it when you see it on air.
Oh, yeah, I'm in the dark right now.
Okay. If that fixes it, then we're in business. Kevin, talk to the people. Narrate what's happening.
For Bodoni and Rodriguez, or do you want me to keep going with the board? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be watching this while I just talk about it. Yeah. If you guys, this is my pick for, like, we have a viewer's guide. It's J-Rod versus Bodoni. Like, I think this is super interesting. We have a little bit of a problem with J-Rod going up against the size advantage, but he has looked phenomenal and looked like size doesn't bug him at all. He had a very impressive performance against super strong, super tough. And J-Rod has the talk coming out of B Team, even leading into this, from some of the guys I know who train there, some of the guys, is that J-Rod is looking unbeatable. He's the guy, which is really intriguing when he's going up as a new wave product, Giancarlo Bodoni, who has already been the guy. He is the guy.
Again when you moved
He's defending. I'm super interested in this matchup. This is the one to watch. Both guys, exciting styles. Both guys very dominant.
Oh, fuck.
No, you guys are back.
As it always should have been. Nope, I'm not back.
Rap's like, I can fix that.
All right, we see you, Kevin. Move this way, and now this just might be a faulty wire I have to replace.
When it comes back on, I'll just move myself to adjust. To...
I can tell it's now just a faulty wire.
He's wearing future kimonos. Are we contractually obligated to support Giancarlo? All right, scratch everything I said.
man.
J-Rod has no shot.
You said he has no shot.
It's over. Over.
Just not even ashamed of just going right back immediately on what you said.
I
You're
can
like,
be bought.
Yeah.
Let it be known.
My
I
opinions.
can be bought. Price is negotiable.
Right. Here we go.
The other thing about this camera setup is that it literally, not only does it kill it, but then it reverses who's where. All right. Kev, do us a solid. Start narrating how this is going. And to our new friends joining in, stay with us.
Yeah, man, this is very interesting because you're watching J-Rod, who's a very classic wrestler, and Giancarlo, who is very much so from that new wave school of wrestling. He's going to look for hard collar ties. He's going to plant his feet and hang. And J-Rod's moving in and out, fakes left and right, looking for crisp little elbow offs to create angles. Yep, there they are. Little wrist snaps. He looks a lot more like your little level changes, a lot more like your classic mobile wrestler. It's going to be hard for him to keep that pace up over 20 minutes. So I think he's got to look to bring it to the ground quickly. Yep, little level change for the ankle pick. Giancarlo, though, pretty physically imposing. I think there's got to be a size difference here, a pretty significant size difference here. I'm intrigued to see how it goes. That's not a guy you want to shoot under. I think J-Rod's plan has to be to bypass this sprawl and go straight to the back. But we'll see, man. He's been able to pull off some, he's a highlight reel. Giancarlo, steady, stable, very fundamentally sound, very positionally sound. Clash of styles here.
Yeah, who's got the better kit? I really like the J-Rod kit right now. It looks good.
Yeah, you're fired. Future Kimonos kits are the best kits.
Thank you.
Shout out Future Kimonos. If you're wearing anything else, you suck, and I hope you lose. Gold BJJ
like
is the other
I got
acceptable
fired
option.
too. He's like, yeah, you're fired.
Yeah, just turn in your stuff.
I feel very bad. He does have
don't
that
bother putting
hiring and firing power now.
Yeah, don't bother putting that sticker on Tim.
That's your version of you are not sick, Kevin. You are fine.
You are not gonna die. You're not allergic.
Kevin, I want to
There's
ask
the
you
shot.
a serious question, though.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me like the collar tie game has gotten a lot more intelligent in terms of the way the collar tie's played, where it's placed. It seemed like it was a little random in the beginning, but, man, it's pretty spot on now.
Before that, very recently, you're right, it has developed, I would say, the last 2 to 4 years. It used to be, like, when I first got into jiu-jitsu, what they were calling collar ties were like palm strikes and clubs.
Yeah, just club in the head.
Yeah, just club in the head, or like Muay Thai plums at best, right?
Right.
You're seeing a lot more people using movement. You attach with the collar tie, and then you
move them.
to pull,
Yes.
right? And they use that to create angles. They use that to hang. I will say, jiu-jitsu collar ties are oftentimes very different from wrestling collar ties because you have time to work.
Yeah.
Wrestlers want to create hard snaps and hard angles. It's a sprint. It's a 6 to 7 minute match. And it's like, and if you go into the Olympics, it's a lot higher. But like most wrestlers come in planning for a budget of 2 minutes, 2 minutes,
Right.
2 minutes.
Right.
Whereas like jiu-jitsu guys can invest. They can invest in a steady, slow collar.
One thing that I think we should be addressing is the fact that Giancarlo looks like he is very close to getting the back. J-Rod in trouble right now. He does have a little bit of a prayer. He could move out. He does
Look at
dump him
this. He
on
dumps him.
over. Now he's going to get the opportunity to start passing. Now, mind you, we are in the no points portion. So this is still very good for him. And now his secured side control.
Beautiful.
I was going to say,
beautiful stuff.
This is the most interesting way this matchup could happen, in my opinion, is let J-Rod work his passing versus the very strong guard of Giancarlo Bodoni.
Sorry, go ahead. I like seeing early on both guys establish dominant positions and then their opponents escape because they both get a taste of like, okay.
You loosen up a bit. We're not going to see a snooze fest on collar ties. We're going to see guys who are willing to exchange. If you've already been in those deep waters, you're a little more willing to open up and fuck around and find out.
Now, is there any risk that J-Rod was out partying last night with his brother at the after party and Giancarlo was basically at the mortuary?
Bro, there's no partying. What do you mean? Nicky Rod didn't make any money.
Right.
He has already put that money is
already
spoken for.
Not
son.
only is there no after party, but I like to think that Nicky Rod now has the money to make him his butler.
I want to know how many DMs Nicky Rod got last night.
Beautiful. I
All
mean,
of them.
you know what's great is
All of them.
You were mentioning this a little bit earlier, Kevin, which is that J-Rod is kind of the guy at B Team, right? But what you're seeing now is an evolution of his game, and that he, in bad spots, turns them into wonderful reversals. He is playing a wonderful reverse Uno game where that old version of him might have gotten that back compromised. That old version might have been guillotined or at least in the guard. But instead, he's so aware situationally of where his body is to keep himself safe. And I think it's just an extension of what we saw as his early benefits. And now, almost with ease, got to mount, but a very quick escape by Giancarlo. So when you were mentioning the move of having these two go against each other as a final, It is definitely there. So I feel like these are some things we might actually jump around on the board today just to kind of give people a little bit of a knowledge as to how things are going. And I am noticing here, we were going to put on here submissions of the night. We were originally going to do that, but I'm actually going to bounce around. And I was going to go to our bar that said on deck. So yeah, things have been happening fast and furious here, but this was definitely the one that we have. We should also be previewing what is on deck throughout the rest of the day because we still have some stuff. So what after this do we have going on, Tim?
So we still have the finals in the other divisions that need to wrap up, of course. And then we have the absolutes that are going to be huge. I did have a chance briefly to chat with Ryan Aiken, and status of as of yesterday, he was going to jump in the absolutes. I know there's some names that have been out there already. The other thing is we're going to see Yuri versus Gordon. And I think there's some question marks out there right now on Gordon, especially after the call out and especially after the really dominant performance we saw out of Felipe Pena. Actually, not dominant. I take that back. Exciting. He turned that match around. It looked like he was going to lose the Luke, but he turned that around. So I think there's a psychological battle that's going to take place, and there's going to be a state of mind that Gordon leaves Nevada in, and it's going to be based on how well he performs against Yuri.
So let me go ahead and answer this because there are some people in the chat. I believe we got our Brazilian friends who are like, yo, I don't know what that means, but I see transmitter, which basically means, are you going to show the matches for free? Now, nowhere in the description does it say we're going to show anything. In fact, that would get my channel completely killed, which is very inconsiderate to me if you think about it. No, what we're doing is the next best thing, which is some play-by-play for you to keep you involved in the actual action, and we'll give you some knowledge of what's happening while it's also giving you analysis of the larger scope and scene of things, because guess what? These aren't the only stories that you're seeing. The televised portions are good, but we are getting people who are giving us behind-the-scenes looks at a lot of different elements here that are in play. So just so that you're aware, when you ask for the broadcast, you are asking for our channel to die.
Yeah, give us your channel, man, so I could watch this. Thanks.
And I have to tell you, that is not happening. So if you need to go somewhere else, that's cool. But if you're poor and you want friends to help you and tell you what's going on, we are your guys. But if you're poor and angry, I'm going to roast you. Welcome to the show.
Did ADCC live stream anything free to YouTube today? Do you know?
I don't think so. You can double check, but I think last we looked, it hit 187K, which before we were saying that they were essentially got beaten by the Craig Jones Invitational like at a 6-to-1, 7-to-1 ratio. But that was just for the stream at that time.
Yeah.
132 versus that end of the night 1.1. I think that means that Craig was doing almost 9 times the drawing power with his event on YouTube. And some people might say, well, they had the benefit of going on longer.
Yeah. Definitely it's not on live right now.
Sure.
I think they just
did it yesterday.
Broadcasted the 99+ division.
Oh, I see this. It's I do know that one. Okay.
Bora.
Yep. And Kiro Live Das Lutas.
He said, I want live fights. That's what he said.
I mean, I do understand that much, but you poor, so go buy them. Otherwise, help yourself by hearing our commentary. I just appreciate these people.
Get yourself like 5-6 friends.
Yeah.
Split the fights.
Go in on it. Yeah, exactly.
Split the fights. You know, a little flow grappling login. You're going to cancel it as soon as this is over. And put us on as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell those 5-6 friends about how we didn't help you.
After this fight, I'm going to run and grab lunch, guys.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Don't miss this one.
Just so you know, Egghead also sent a note. It's like still on the first segment. Egghead, do you not remember the over 100 people that were in this room?
Yeah.
We could have done the pre-show, but we had to reassemble the pre-show. Then when we reassembled it, it was a let's talk to the people, then let's do the show. And now the people are gone.
There's an order to things. and you can't be skipping around. You can't be changing things.
You know what's funny? It's that I think the weird part is Egghead thinks that I don't have the same like very orderly thing that happens. It's just sometimes the touchdown pass isn't there, and you got to call an audible to still make the play, and that's what we did here today. So,
I don't know what any of those words mean. I watch fighting.
You know what's interesting is they've cut away several times on the broadcast, and they showed Bodini's corner with Marigali, Gordon Ryan,
oh my God,
John Danaher, and then they show J-Rod's corner, and it's, you know, his brother, his coach, Dima. They're all happy and smiling. And it cuts back to Marigali and Gordon, and it's just a very somber look. Look at this. He's going to try to.
Nope, not at all. You know what? This is right instincts there from J-Rod. Don't engage. Oof, I was wondering if he was going to get kneed as a result of that.
But he didn't get run over. That's crazy.
Let me point this out. Yes, I'm sure there's a little bit more joy in the face of B team than there is in the Danaher Death Squad.
And we're in points now.
We are at points. This is very interesting to see how it'll play. Giancarlo choosing his spot nicely. And I mean, Kevin, you could speak to this. You mentioned that you were excited for this match. I want to go to you for what's on deck. And I mean, Giancarlo can Alabama slam this dude if he really wants to.
Alabama slam him.
Absolutely.
I love it, dude.
Absolutely. That's a legit move if you can make it work. So, Kevin, you know, you can speak to the wrestling here. What makes Giancarlo's wrestling so unique in our world of jiu-jitsu?
I gotta be honest. I don't think it is unique. I don't think it's unique. I don't think there's a lot Giancarlo does that is unique. That's not the word I'd use to describe him. He's precise. He's solid. He's very methodical. He is in the best of ways. He's a Gordon clone. He has very similar body type and athleticism, and he made the switch to New Wave a few years ago, and just said, "Listen, man, I'm trying to do what you do."
Yikes. Okay, speaking of which, right now, if he is trying to emulate Gordon, this is a good start because he is looking to take the back here.
J-Rod's in trouble.
J-Rod is in a little bit of trouble. There's 7:47 left to go here. Very intriguing to see how this is playing out. The back is compromised. Oh, Giancarlo.
And there's the hook.
You know what's going to be interesting is if, let's say, Giancarlo does win, you would have another set of brothers who would be silver medalists from ADCC as well. So that would be Nicky Rod, who has gotten a silver before, and J-Rod. So they would extend the B team name, but I think it's kind of weird not to acknowledge the achievement that is.
You see it put his hand on? Sorry. We just were drilling.
We were just
saw
discussing
that. You know what's weird? I gave you guys a break, and you went straight to drilling.
I started picking Kevin's brain about it.
I was like, gentlemen, I'm trying to give you time to feed yourselves and go rest, and you went to drilling, and I go, you know what? You've made your choices.
We'll eat escapes for lunch.
The one, we found the one unsweaty corner of this match.
I know.
Arguably questionable. I will say this. I think a dad was asking me if they could use those parts of the mats, and I was like, no. And then they let children go there, and I was like, that seems egregious because I'm not going to go yell at a child.
Yeah.
I'll yell at an adult.
That was a power move.
It was a power move. It was very solid. But
what you should have did was punk him.
Oh, no, I still went to yell at the children. It's just, I know it's frowned upon.
Did you pop a raffle?
Yeah, I did, absolutely. I was like, yo, come after this.
Kids. Boy,
all right,
J-Rod's looking
he's in a rough spot.
Looking tired too.
This has got to be disheartening when you've, in the no points period, he mounted. Yeah, there we go. Egghead said Bodani is disciplined, spot on. Damn. That's the way I'd describe it.
What is the size differential here? Like, I know this is in a weight category, but
got to be 20
Bodini
pounds.
Seems
easy.
a lot. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Man, you can't kill him. He's so hard
to kill. But you know what, though? That was an opportune time, especially with a knee on the inside. If he can get a pass here, that would be major for him.
Look at this.
He's close. He's close.
Wow. I was about to say, he's mounted him earlier in the match.
He
passed
did, but
him to side control.
He didn't have enough time to actually secure that mount.
Yeah, it was no points period, so it's regardless.
We
just know he can get to those spots, right?
So a lot of people have been asking, we got a note that was like, did Jay or Bodoni win, and we're in the process of it. So
I felt so bad for Nathan Haddad because he said, I want to see who wins out of Luke Griffith and How did his name just drop out of my head?
I can't remember, but we were.
He got subbed.
Yeah, we were watching it.
We were watching it.
Yeah, we did, and I didn't want to break his heart.
Yeah, he's such a sweet guy.
I thought about doing it to him, but I was like,
Beautiful.
He's doing us a solid. It's not a great thing to just be like, oh, BT Dubs, here's what happens. And it's like, Bambi's mom dies.
You know, Bodini's putting J-Rod in quite a few positions that could be dangerous, and J-Rod just finds ways out.
Yeah, dude. It's very calm. I'm surprised he circled back in front of the guard there.
Yeah, he did.
He needs a lot of subsequent scores. How did Giancarlo get the second 3? Did he unlock and relock?
He unlocked. Yeah, he did.
That's a stupid rule.
I hate that rule.
Tim, do you have any stab at what this is saying up here?
On the board, let me see. I gotta stand up.
I got it.
Okay.
Let me figure this out. We're gonna Google Translate our friend.
Thank you.
Read it to me.
Kay todos as libres para quer isso ne, and then laughter.
He said he wants to watch
laughter.
fighting, and he doesn't care what we have to say.
Yo.
Oh, totally cool. I don't care what you have to say. Womp womp.
Are you multilingual?
I think that's what he said.
Oh, what if it's not what he said? What if you maybe fucking be a dick to him for no reason?
Well, you'll never know. It's a black belt move.
Oh, the thing he said earlier about
that was true.
He's like
he's saying something about that because Portuguese is very close, not exact, but it's
I get
Latin.
you.
Yeah,
my wife is 100% Mexican, so I hear Spanish.
Freud Evolve
A
says
lot.
ADCC has tons of dumb rules. I mean, listen, sure. And there was a question that said, what's the score? It's currently 6-0. Advantage 1 Giancarlo. Jacob Rodriguez has 3 minutes and 33 seconds if he is going to become a champ in the ADCC rule set and become double brother champs.
I think we could pull off, if we wanted to, just a classic radio play-by-play for people that don't want to buy the subscription. They can just listen.
I will be honest, that is normally been here.
Right.
It is you do a mix because
it's a special time.
Well, the way it works is if you do only play-by-play, it has no replay value. So you do a mix. You do a little bit of play-by-play. Oh,
look at that.
Look,
He just did a
amazing.
one-handed cartwheel to escape an omoplata
You
and
can't?
a one-handed cartwheel
back
to back. And I can do a one-handed cartwheel. I've just never done it while my arm's in a joint.
I want to see what it looks like when J-Rod and my mind is just fried right now.
It just says never test your
Who's
interpreters.
the Canuto? J-Rod and Hanato Canuto hang out, and Canuto's just doing backflips, and J-Rod's doing handstands, and
I want to see them casually up the ante.
Actually, that's a great proposal. That's Canuto and J-Rod going against each other.
that'd be great. I'd like to see them both have a food eating contest, but they have to do it upside down, doing handstands. And they just have to like eat.
If we were to cast a jiu-jitsu Spider-Man, I would say J-Rod's in contention.
I think we would start with Canuto,
Mikey
and then
is
J-Rod would take the franchise over after like the
After
first or
he'd
second.
be the
one.
Andrew Garfield of
Yes,
the franchise.
yes.
Okay.
Mikey
And then-
Musumeci.
no, he was my third pick. He's going to be the Tom Holland. No?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Nah.
There's a lot there. He's just not going to be as funny as Peter Parker.
He's not going to be as intentional.
I don't want a sensitive Spider-Man that gets offended really easy.
Yeah, he's not going to be as intentionally
Yeah.
funny. That's a good point.
He's going to be.
Peter's
sorry,
going to roll with the
Electro.
punches.
Didn't mean to say that about you.
He's going to be arguing with Mary Jane. all the
Mysterio's
time.
just being really mean.
Oh
and
my
I don't
goodness.
understand why.
This is what we're here for, people. Connor, you made a fan out of me. My subscription just expired. You guys are helping out a lot. That's what we're here for. We're here to
Hey.
help those who are kind
Man.
and say, I'm cheap. Tell me what's happening. That is what we're here for, my friends. So,
What's going on here?
there's a discussion. I'm pretty sure he's probably talking with Danaher. And being
J-Rod's
like, yes,
just
sir.
hanging on to the foot.
Yeah.
Is he? You think he's going to try to like clear that knee and attack the leg, Kevin, or what's J-Rod?
Oh,
J-Rod, he's going to try and recapture that knee line, but I think that's where he was headed. I believe he has a foot trap with that left arm.
does.
So he has the option to open up with his right leg and recapture. Here we go.
There it is.
And
there it
recapture
is.
the knee line.
But then he
Oh.
chose not to.
Yeah, the counter leg lock right there. You're opening up to an inside heel hook on that top side.
Oh yeah.
And I think he's a little worried about when he makes that switch, especially if his shoulders can't follow. You see how Bodoni has control of his shoulder line. If he can't get his hips towards us, recapturing that hip line doesn't matter. If he can't turn
Yeah.
to face Giancarlo,
Makes sense.
that hip line doesn't matter. So I think he just bailed and went to go look for the back escape, which he's had a lot of success with, but 27 seconds left. Let's find out what kind of leg locks you got. Oh, man. This is brutal. I mean, credit to Bedoni, just really putting on a masterful performance here. But like after seeing J-Rod kind of explode into some scoring positions, usually in the finals you don't see a lot of exchanging.
I feel like though I don't want to see these points happen, but they're fairly established. But yeah, you're going to see 9 points just to run up the scoreboard at the end.
Giancarlo just had a masterful performance, though. As much as I think we were interested in J-Rod, I think there's a lot of like positive energy for everybody from the B team right now. Giancarlo has been a force to be reckoned with for the last few years now.
Let us say this right now. Congratulations are in order to your double
I'm gonna go get
champ.
lunch, boys, too.
One, Giancarlo Bedini.
Yeah.
Bedoni. And he is somebody who, I mean, he's an incredible grappler. It is not a surprise that he has this success. I know that he recently had a super fight that he did end up losing, and I was hoping that he would be able to bounce back, and bounce back he did. He's excellent in this rule set. Let's be very clear. Like, he is so good, and I know there's been a lot of love for J-Rod, but let's not forget the fact that Giancarlo is there as a consistent presence. And I don't know that we've seen the last of him. I think we could continue to see him have some good runs in this weight class, but this was definitely a weight class that a lot of people were interested to see on how it would play out.
I would love to see him do the absolute. This is his second gold medal in the weight class. I would love to see him do the absolute, look to double gold. That's not something you see happen a lot. We like to cheer for the underdog and J-Rod. A very unhappy Gordon Ryan. Staying Matt's side. I'd just like to mention that was a gold medal brought to you by Future Kimonos.
Thank you.
Yeah. Giancarlo, I would love to see him do the absolute. His style scales well, size-wise, which is interesting for a very large individual.
I mean, let's go ahead and take a moment to mute what is happening here, and let's see what he is saying in his post with one Jake Watson. Okay, so let's say this right now. I do want to point this out. It says, hello, did you watch the CJI? The Craig versus Gabby was funny, XD. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was silly. It was more of a hook. It was more of a way to get us there. And I think it served its purpose in being lighthearted, and as long as we didn't take it for more than what it was. It's not to show like dudes are better at jiu-jitsu than women. It's just like they just have a thing, and we're just entertained by it. So they played it up for comedic value, but what they did was use it as a launching point to say, yeah, but look at these grapplers now. You're here. While you're here, why don't we look at these people who are going to win $1 million each? A rarity in our sport. So yeah. And Wallow, you are correct. That was the one I was trying to figure out. I think it was for a tournament region. It was for EBI, I think, is what it was. I think that's where they ran into each other. So yeah, very good call on that one. And Bedoni is a beast, absolutely, Freud. So very happy to see you guys got there and are enjoying this as well. So, very nice moment with Giancarlo and his lady. So congratulations in order for him. So let's say a few things here. We're going to do some updates as we go through in a few seconds because we're going to have some art project time. But you got Mika Galvo versus Wagner Rocha, and I am nervous for Wagner. That is a tall order. But his return to this division, and obviously he has been very successful here. He's sneaky, but he will need to be at the top of his game to take on probably odds-on favorite, the guy who's supposed to win.
Yeah. I mean, we've known for a while that Wagner doesn't tap to leg locks. We're about to find out whether he taps to arm bars. That's a tall
That's a
order,
great
man.
question.
Mika's very dangerous. He's very dynamic. Wagner's very tactical, very steady, very gritty, and can wear you down. I don't think I've ever seen Mika worn down.
Yeah.
That's your primary weapon. Wagner's primary weapon is he's in your face constantly, and Mika loves that.
Yeah.
He loves a dance partner. That's a tough one, man. Let's see if Wagner can pull it off.
Good Lord. My stream is buffering for flow, though it does appear we're fine.
Yeah, it's flow, right?
I don't always want to blame flow, but like, doesn't it really always come back to them? So doing my best to go ahead and reset it.
All the B team guys at ADCC are just,
and why
tripping
does
cables and stuff.
Don't make me do finals in Portuguese. Is finals in Portuguese the only way we can see this? Because fine. That's what we're dealing with right now here, people.
I mean, we're not even listening to audio 90% of the time.
That's true. Fuck it, we'll do it live. That's what we like to say here.
Yeah, watching the finals in Portuguese, just people are walking out in flip-flops. It's the only difference for us.
Anyway, here's what's happening right now. So we're in the process of watching your 77 kg finals, and it'll be very interesting to see how everything progresses here. But Wagner, super smiley, super enjoying his moment. And I mean, this is an achievement in itself, honestly. And it says in the chat, a big difference between the two shows has been people commenting that the chairs are more comfortable in the T-Mobile Arena. So can I propose this to you guys? And maybe this is something we need to consider further. Maybe it's less that they're more comfortable in the chairs and more that you're in chairs for 10 hours.
Yeah, I don't know what chair you can build that doesn't make you uncomfortable after 10 hours.
Like, I have to get out of this chair and walk around every so often. So I feels it, but yeah.
Yeah, we interviewed that gentleman at CJI that was laid out, just tired of sitting in a chair.
That dude still has my appreciation. That dude, we salute you, sir.
Yeah, you live on in our hearts, sir.
But let's be honest, most of the top 77 kg competitors jump ship to the CJI. That's obviously going to be part of it. So we talked about the idea of an asterisk. I think that is a tomorrow thing.
Yeah, it's a bubble year.
That's a tomorrow question. That's a tomorrow concept. For today, I think it is more of a let's acknowledge what this is without necessarily trying to find the context to it, because we're still immersed in what it is. But yes, it definitely made things different, but that's not to say that Wagner couldn't have made his way through. I mean, he's been here before, so anybody who's been able to repeat consistently what they've done, we see what that does for Giancarlo and JT Torres, Gordon Ryan, these individuals who have done it on multiple occasions. So just a note, and it says for charity. I don't know exactly what that was there.
His name's great. They're looking for you at Moe's Pub.
That Moe's Pub, get out of here. I'm not doing that. And I wasn't thinking about it now, but now that they mention it, the chairs are a little more cushy here. Better crowd at CJI though. I like that made Egg lose his train of thought. It was like grappling. The comfortability of this chair, something I have not quite thought about, but now I do enjoy it.
We're really missing out not having a camera on Egg right now.
There should be a constant Egg cam, always and forever.
Nicholas Rainier in the crowd.
Yeah. All right.
ADCC
Thank you for that.
Vet himself.
Absolutely.
Melky Galvo camp.
All right, guys. We are now. Oh, look at these hugs.
Yeah, former Fight Sports teammates, right?
By the way, boo. I like that these guys are always like, man, look at us. We're worse. I would never hug in front of that. Now, yay, besties. I love you too.
I hate it, man. Keep that energy. I want more fights in jiu-jitsu. No, I'm playing.
I mean, we just don't have their history, so it's hard to commentate from the sides, but it's just funny to see how that works for most other people.
Do you think we see more belts in competitions I know
That's
it's
a
like a
great
Ludo
question.
Livre thing, but you have to imagine someone's going to emulate him, right? Like, you see it in the NBA where like they start wearing one leg sleeve, and all of a sudden all the kids are wearing one leg sleeve. You think we're going to see more belts? Do I get to start wearing my belt to Nogi?
Oh my God. Yeah, that would really piss off my class, so I think I should consider it. So right now, Mika kind of like literally, ooh, Wagner goes for a takedown, does get it. And I
got
think
a fresh blue belt that's loving that you can do that now.
absolutely. I mean, Mika, ooh, yikes. Oh no, my camera just went out. Let me reset this so I'm Wagner looking at powerbomb here. Just lifts Mika up. I mean, again, the question is, how good of friends are you at this point? Like, are we friends enough that I'm just going to shake you off very slowly? Or am I going to slam you down? Because our slam's legal in ADCC.
They are not friends. For
Unless-
Wagner, yes.
For Wagner.
Muay Thai is legal for Wagner.
Muay Thai is legal for him. And as I tell your producer, he's sitting right next to me. I mean, for right now, I think it's a better bet to have not somebody trying to live stream a constant camera on somebody, considering how weird they are about their stuff. And it says, you got an edge clip. Thank you guys for that. Appreciate that.
Really nice transition by Mika.
So I think the plan here is, just so I'm saying it out loud and we can come back to it later, we will likely go through the finals. We'll take a break, and then we'll come back for the absolutes, because I think they take a short break, if I'm not mistaken. Then they do the absolute category, which is utter chaos. And on the absolute category, they also do something that's a little bit even more insane, which is you got the super fight still to end the night. Don't forget that, you guys. So it's like doing a whole nother tournament at the end. That's why whenever people are like, oh, man, remember ADCC? We have fond memories of it. I was like, it's not done. We're here forever. So
you don't get to leave.
It says, how is J-Rod doing? He unfortunately lost, but he did end up taking second in his division, which is not a bad thing at all.
Yeah,
right?
man.
It's an incredible showing, especially considering how little years he has been doing jiu-jitsu. Like,
I agree with you.
Hasn't been that long, dude.
Do you think that second set of back take points, that extra 3, that puts you up 6-0 instead of 3-0, changes things pretty dramatically there forward? Yeah, like your decision-making matrix has to shift.
Totally has to shift. It has to be more aggressive, more risk tolerance.
Yeah, man, we're going to the pass. We're not going to the fucking running plays. We got to put that ball in the air.
Which is hard against a guy like Giancarlo.
Especially when he knows you have to.
Yeah.
He's just watching it come. Yeah. Versus like, you're down 3-0. That's manageable. You passed Giancarlo twice already pretty quickly.
Is there... I mean, how does Wagner beat Mika? He has to smack him around.
0-0. Yeah.
Basically, psychologically try to sun him. You know what I mean?
But again, it's not just sunning him. There's a part of me that wonders if Mika comes into that with everybody else, there's no history.
Sure.
But with Wagner, you go, this is a little bit different of a role. Like this is a different vibe because he knows me. And does that get in your head? And then
he just headbutted him twice. Sorry.
I mean, why not?
Yep. Yeah, I have my old high school wrestling coach to this day. To this day, if we wrestle, he's going to beat my ass. Like, there is something about, like, Wagner was a veteran. Mika was a fight sports guy. Wagner's a legend in the sport. And there is something about trying to beat Coach that is just...
So let me see here. Freud Evolved. Please do a play-by-play of the match and talk about friendship later. That's an
fair.
Adorable comment, except for one thing. You're forgetting the fact that friendship actually plays a role into the psychology of it. And if there was more relevant action, you would get the relevant action. So nice try on your comment. Try and come correct.
I appreciate Raph defending my honor there.
This is the wrong day to piss off Raph.
I'm just telling
not
you
on
guys.
day 3. Don't come
Here's
on
what
day
it is.
3.
That's fair, man. It's
when
not like
people
we're
are like,
not
I'm going to
discussing
give
the
you
match.
some notes on how to produce this. And it's like, bro, your comment isn't even produced well. So what I want you to know is
we got to cut that one up.
Just very carefully think about your words as you put them out, because we will roast you, and I feel no ill will about it. And actually, I don't even care, because now we're back to the action. And here, Wagner putting down some pressure on the head. So yes, this is very similar to the action that was happening several seconds ago. No advancement in position, and we are at 14:40 seconds left in the match. So really what you're getting is similar to what happened at 15:40 in the match.
Yeah.
But the psychology behind why these two may have a history helps to paint the picture, helps to tell you the narrative and the story behind why you're seeing what you're seeing. Any questions?
It's like Mika's going back and forth from the knee shield to the butterfly hook, and then every time Mika tries to get under him, Wagner cuts him off with
grabs a little
throat and he
slides him
puts
back
his head
square,
in front of him and cracks him if he goes too deep. And then
Let me also point this out. Hey, kids, like, would somebody please give Raph a snack? He's getting hungry. I have to tell you guys, no, I'm able to live for food without a long time. It's just the relative ease that people can throw a comment and you go like, no, that's what the comment deserves as a response. So
Mika has played a lot more guard in this
he has.
ADCC run than I remember him playing.
I actually
in past
think
ADCC runs.
Mika standing is more dangerous than that knee shield position that Wagner had him in. Yeah.
I think my thought is he pulled guard to conserve his energy and take less calf kicks.
Well,
right?
keep in mind
take
this.
less calf kicks, right?
A little bit earlier, Mika actually kind of got a little lost in the sauce, and Wagner got the takedown.
Yeah.
So as a result of that, it kind of
Mika down too.
Yep, but the nice part is, he can do it, and I think that's another testament to that big brothering. But now that time is done. Mika reverses a forward pressure from Wagner, and now Wagner is on his back, and Mika is inside
Double
control.
under, beautiful foot
That
sweep.
was
Wagner
beautiful.
changes level, lowered, tried to drive in on a double leg. Mika with a counter foot sweep. That was beautiful.
You don't see that off the blast double a lot, man.
No, you do not.
He timed it perfect.
Yeah, it's hard to pull off, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It's hard to pull off.
I mean, the relative ease that
Wow.
he had in it, it was like he got a gift.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like he was drilling
I've
it.
been working on this. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And the recognition of it is quite incredible.
I think Wagner may have made a tactical error when he let the fight go back to the feet.
I'll be honest.
I don't know about a tactical error. Given the information he had,
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
think it was a bad decision.
But
he just found out that, like, Mika's still Mika. Like, even if you've taken him down before.
Me coming into it, not seeing that first takedown, though, and
Yeah,
seeing him let
yeah.
Mika stand up, it's like, oh, why are you doing that?
Why are you trying to do stand up with Mika, man?
I don't know
got
if
him
it, I
once.
think sometimes you just end up in certain positions as you get to there. I think it's less of a tactical error, but I think it's more of a, well, what are you going to do that's going to put him away? Because Mika is going to be difficult in a number of situations. So, yeah, maybe if we stand up, I can kind of play things out and try to maybe
crisp handshake.
Maybe get a little bit of a confusion in him because he did get that first takedown. And the idea is
Yeah, he
now Mika kind of recognizes the timing.
Low calf kick.
Inside leg kicks, man. He's playing. Listen, they're investment shots.
And it says B Team L. Sorry, Noah.
Oh, that's about the J-Rod one.
The other thing, Kevin, that I notice a lot about the collar tie grip now is guys are attaching the tips of their fingers to the far side ear, right on the top of the ear, just like a little baby handle. Like not the headgear. There's no headgear, but you can grab the top of the ear.
A little bit of the ear.
Let me point this out though. New Wave, Autos, Manos team continue to dominate ADCC. One thing that will be something we talk about in the future though is what does that mean now? Like I get that it's significant, yes, to ADCC, but what does that mean to the larger world of jiu-jitsu where is it going to hold the same weight as people who win more money? Like, we're going to get into a really tricky conversation here where, yes, there were good people, but already in the chat, people were saying like, Wagner getting here, I mean, it was a more depleted field.
Yeah.
So we're not quite sure what's happening here. Both gentlemen are up on their feet. We're very close to points. It is 10:30 left on the clock. So in 30 seconds, we will get to the points portion. And Wagner still trying to hand fight here with Mika. This is a very, very, very similar position that Wagner has been in a number of situations in the ADCC history. So if anything, Tim, this is trying to put it back in his wheelhouse. Like we have seen Wagner stand up like this multiple times in ADCC formats and worlds.
I want to see this last mad dash to see who's going to establish position where they want to be. It looks like they're going to settle for being on their feet at points.
I mean, if you got to stand up now, the time to pull, the time to play underneath, and experiment stuff is over. Now we're at real points.
Yeah.
And if Mika pulls off that nice little foot trip again,
yeah,
I think the place Wagner is most likely to lose this match is pulling guard. He's got to win 0-0, and I do think attrition shot, like joking about the Muay Thai, I'm not joking about the Muay Thai. I do think those little calf kicks are the way he wins this thing.
They add up.
You soften him up. Yeah, man.
Oh,
Woof.
boy.
There we go.
guys.
And Mika fights back
Foot
up.
sweep by Wagner Hoch. Oh my goodness. What a back take. What a back take. All right, how illegal does this escape get? No,
I don't.
Ooh, he's in there.
I don't think you want to introduce yourself to scrambling with Mika. Man,
No,
I don't
man.
know how he.
Like,
is
how
gonna-
much energy do you have for this, really?
Dude,
Look
look
at
at,
this. Oh,
these
no.
grips. He is
Mika-
attached.
He got out.
So so let's put it very clearly. I don't know how much he got out as much as Mika in transition was looking for something and said, let me see if I can get it, and just didn't have it.
It looked like he just fell. I thought he actually went out, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Carlos
interesting.
Newton. Is it Carlos Newton, Matt Hughes? Was that the big slam? Who did Pat Miletich? Who did Carlos Newton triangle? And the dude, he had him propped up against the cage.
Spiked him.
Put him out. Guy slammed him and then woke him up.
We got to do references from 20 years ago or lesser. You know what I mean? We've just been around for so long. That's like a 20-year-old reference now, sir.
It's a great one, though, dude.
It is, but like the children, they don't know. They're like, Carlos Newton? Is he Jimmy Neutron's cousin?
He's Fig Newton's cousin.
That's the guy that discovered the thing with the apple, right?
Absolutely. So, okay, Mika's ahead 3 points. He looked like he was like, all right, are we going to play guard here? And then thought better. All right, we're standing back up. So
3-2.
I think this gets very interesting because now Wagner, it's
2
3-2.
points.
He can score. Yeah.
Where did the 2 come from?
Hold on.
Wagner's got 2.
So what did he get?
How?
Hold on.
How did he get 2?
In fact, I think they got the
takedown.
reaction cam from the coach's corner for Wagner, wondering where those 2.
Where'd the 2 come from?
Just go with the Rampage Arona slam.
I was thinking Rampage.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oof. Ooh, that's a takedown.
Yeah.
Mighty Turtles, man.
Yeah. I mean,
But
Mika.
the hooks.
Mika's basically saying here, you know what? You can give him 2 points. I've got other business that I can attend to here.
Yeah.
I may not even need to worry about it shortly. Mika previewed a little bit earlier that he was going to take that neck, but he's getting closer as he's on the back of Wagner. Doesn't quite have the hooks completely
I think that left leg,
finalized.
I was just going to say, I think that left leg being over the top is a mistake by Mika. And then he fixed
What's
it.
actually giving Wagner some time to dump him off. Mika's just staying on like a wet backpack as much as
Under
possible.
that chin, dude.
I
He
know,
is-
Wagner's
But he
just
dumps
taking it.
underneath, and Wagner
forward
now
roll, yeah.
is going to be on top. And I would be surprised that a referee's going to, you know what, this actually worked really well for Mika. They're going to stop the action with Wagner landing on top, and the photographer behind them is very confused. The
He's like,
photographer
"What's- yeah."
literally just did this, like, 2?
Yeah, he tries to forward roll and break him down and recollect.
Don't try to make sense out of it, guys. We'll explain it later.
It was Matt Hughes, though.
Dude.
Thank you.
Somebody in the comments tell us where that 2 came from.
Yeah, it was Matt Hughes.
It was. Now that he mentions it, I'm like, yeah, that's it. God, this is.
Oh, man. Chest to chest.
It's very strange because, again, this did kind of work in Wagner's favor here. And he's looking to get that knee on the inside. A little bit of passing. Mika playing from bottom. Has a little bit of a knee shield. Wagner trying to find his way up and around. And it's interesting because the score is 3-2. We still aren't quite 100% clear on what the 2 was. Does it count as a takedown?
The slam and then the turn on to the top. Maybe that's
the
what
dump,
he got
because
credit
if he
for?
dumped him
Attempted back
over.
take.
So hold on. If he dumped him over and then was on top,
That's a position change.
it is a position change. But if there was no established pass.
Did Mika have? Yeah. Did he get? He got 3
his 3
points
for the back control. You can once you lose the back, if you end up on bottom after getting the 3, I don't think you get the 2.
Oh my God. This is MacTube. Listen, bro, you need to ask me this in a week. Are you guys going to cover Jiu-Jitsu Overdose from Eddie Bravo?
Was
I don't
this
even know. Hold on. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow, let alone what I'm going to do in December. It sounds like a lovely time, but it's a week full of Jiu-Jitsu. And I will say this. They were also in talks with us to do stuff.
Yeah, tell them you want to see it.
So
like, if
you
want to
tell
see
them.
it, tell them.
And if that's the case, they can get back in contact with us. Dude, I'm the easiest person in jiu-jitsu to find. So we're receptive to it, but we would need to. I have kind of one rule about working with crews and individuals for production. Take care of my team. If you take care of me and my team, everything is possible. All things through my gotch. But take care of my team. That is really the main thing I look for, especially in a sport that is burgeoning. So right now, 4:51 left on the clock, and Wagner's still looking to press this. He does need a pass, though. He does need to get some points up if he is going to win this. And what a Cinderella story that would be for Wagner to come back and win. And yeah, that would be incredible.
You know, and the challenging thing about Mika is if you do get the pass, can you maintain that for 4.5 minutes without?
Hold on, wait, Egghead, you're part of my crew. Like you're literally part of the people I said take care of. And Egghead going scab on me right now, being like, "I'll cover jiu-jitsu overdose if they pay my way." I'm like, "Bro, you're in my group."
Hey, just make sure, Egg, you and Isaac grab some food because we don't have any here.
Yes, facts. But we can
for yourselves.
Yes, for yourselves.
We have some, but we didn't get.
Well, you're just
enough.
not here right now.
Yeah.
But in transition, when you're in transit, feel free to get some food. But yes, we do wish you guys making sure you're taking care of yourselves.
I think Wagner's going to try to run this down.
Man,
I think he's going to try to run it down and capitalize on a mistake or
has to
start
last second sort of thing here.
Has to, man. He's got 4 minutes to push the pace.
Look at Wagner.
Takedown wins it for him.
That was the Unk tax. That's where the 2 points come from. Thank you for that, Wallow. And by the way, thank you again for those wonderful donuts. Did we bring the donuts inside today?
Yeah, they're in the car, I think.
Oh, he's calling. Wagner is calling for a stall penalty.
Wagner, you got
running
2 points
hands
magically, bro. What are you talking about?
Like he
now,
just threw
this is
you
Wagner,
or attempted to throw you.
This is classic Wagner.
It is classic, but it's playing more to the referees than anything. Not
Sure,
even, it's a little bit of posturing, but it's definitely trying to be like, come on, ref,
Trying
what
to
are we
get that
doing here?
call. That call ties it up. Let me have an overtime. What just happened with the ref signal?
Well, that's a great question.
He's chirping at him.
How are you going to chirp at him?
A little bit of a snatch single attempt. Here's the thing, though. The onus is really on Wagner to make this work. There's 3 minutes and 2 seconds left to go, and he is down a point. Now, a takedown would be possible, and man, I'm going to have to try that in the future because grabbing somebody by the head and just hitting them a little bit.
Sergio does that, and it makes me want to punch him.
Oh, my God.
And that's why he does it.
It's like eventually you can take the 2 or 3. You're like, what? This is annoying, and then you're like, I'm right, and then you push it off. That's what they're looking for, right?
They're looking for the big FU reaction.
Yeah.
That gets them an opening for a takedown.
Yeah.
Nice little posture.
It's actually, in my opinion, significantly less effective than a classic collar tie, but it's way more annoying.
I know.
It's psychological warfare.
I bet a real jerk came up with that one too, like some guy that just annoys his
Sergio
partners.
Ardea.
I didn't say that about you, Sergio.
Sergio, you know who you need to take
Going
care
down
of.
to 2 minutes, man.
Yep, we're getting close to the end of this match. 2 minutes left to go. They are both standing up. One-handed game of mercy here. Other round each other's necks.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Wow. Just a quick little pick.
Little picks there.
Clean. Just a little inside pick.
You know what, though? That's what you have to do if you're Mika. Use your speed, use your advantages. And he picked his timing so well, almost maybe lulling Wagner into that last breath. They said 2 minutes and go. Or he just read it and said, like, yeah, maybe he's not there right now for a split second.
Wipe that foot up,
man. That's that same pick that the Ruotolos are always looking for.
Oh, my God, yeah.
They get it very occasionally, but that was the cleanest I've ever seen.
Here's what I think is going to happen, though. Let's say it is looking likely now that you are going to see a Mika Galvo win.
Yeah. He picked that up so fast. It's like when you drop your phone and you have a picture on the phone you don't want anyone to see, and you hope it doesn't land face up. And you're like, boom.
But since we are looking at a likely Mika Galvo win, I think if I'm him, I chirp at the Ruotolos.
Oh, yeah, I think
I think that's where you go. You've already won, so there's not like a, oh, my God,
choke.
what does it feel like moment.
Yeah.
It is a, he does get the submission right here. Well done. Mika Galvo finishing Wagner Hocha with just seconds left on the clock, and Wagner looking like a proud uncle, like, I know you had to do it, and if anybody was going to do it, I'm happy it was you. And, yeah.
Do you think Mika's satisfied, though, with everyone dropping out of the division and a lot of matchups changed? Do you think he
very
feels
vocal
satisfied with it?
about it in terms of, no, that's not cool. If you guys really wanted a match, you should have been here. And Wagner, now it's reality setting in that this could be very well the last time you do see him at this grand of a stage in this moment. But if there's one thing I know about Wagner, even if he says he retires, I don't believe you, fam.
Yeah,
you're gonna Lovato. We're gonna see you at Masters 29.
Yeah, they're gonna be showing up, beating each other up for a long time.
Egghead Warrior puts it very nicely and succinctly. It says, "What was that, bro?
Jeez,
You all right?"
That's a real turnoff, dude. You're like a 5
Vince
now.
McMahon once famously said, "Sneezes are choices."
Sneezes are choices.
So there was a real thing in WWE that's like, you don't sneeze around Vince. Now, granted, Vince is, no model of anything, but they would be like, yeah, dude, if you sneezed, he thought less of you. So
he doesn't sneeze?
Well, I think.
You think if you overhear him sneezing, he just has to have you killed? It's hard to eat.
Sneeze, bro, I think that's the least of things you need to worry about Vince McMahon about, but is what it is. So congratulations, Mika Galvo. He goes over to get a warm reception from the other side's corner and, embracing with the opposite teams here. Wagner going over, saying hello to Mika's corner, and just the embrace between the families. And, it is a very nice moment here because as much as it is a competition, this is one of the few times you get to see everybody saying like, hey, no bad blood between different gyms or splits, or maybe you need to go off and do something else. But now Mika Galvo being embraced by, I believe this is his girlfriend.
Yeah, his girlfriend's I don't know if they're engaged or anything, but his girlfriend's like apparently a very accomplished wrestler.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they do like technique videos. He's like credited with some of his takedown technique.
That's really
I don't know
cool.
if that's just him being nice or whatever, but she's extremely accomplished as an athlete. Like, it's not like, I don't know when they met, but it's not like he's suddenly a great wrestler. He's been
to introduce a mute, but we're gonna hear what he has to say in his post-match interview. I mean, okay, let me just bring everybody back in right now. So we were actually on the Portuguese feed because the main finals feed was cutting out for a little bit. I have no idea what the hell he just said, and I barely heard Jake, so I don't know if it was that the Portuguese stream, because they have to do the voiceovers and whatnot, that they duck it down, but they actually were taking the mic that goes out to the audience as their main one. So it's filled with distortion
Brilliant.
and echo, and it was hard to figure out what he said. But there was no mention of a Rotolo. I think that will be something that happens quarterbacking. There was a lot of discussion of how much he loved his family, gave a shout out to his girlfriend, talked about his dad being there. And I think he was mentioning what a nice moment and what it meant to him in this particular field. Having said that, I wondered if there was a push or a mention by ADCC not to mention the other guys. I wonder if they had said, we would prefer it if you don't mention anything about that.
Possible, because I did notice somewhere about 3 weeks ago, it seemed like all the responsiveness and reactionary like communications kind of went radio silent in terms of mentioning CJI, talking about the athletes. Like, they did show Nicky Rodriguez on the camera a few minutes ago during J-Rod's match, but I would think, I think you're right.
I think
bet
they've
they
made a discerned thing to keep ADCC talk about ADCC.
I think that's a good idea, though.
And it's publicity. I want to point out this comment here, which is, you should understand that we aren't watching it. That's why we are listening. So you guys should say more who's going and the score and who's next. May I just present something to you? We have been. We literally just did that for this match.
Wait,
so I don't know if your ears work. You should potentially get them checked. But I would say 70% of what we were doing was play-by-play, with 30% storytelling and 30% about the context of the grapplers. If you'd like, I can talk about my barbecue recipes. I can talk about going to the movies like DC does on the UFC when he's commentating fights. So I know what you're referring to. You're just wrong. But thank you for the comment. I appreciate it.
I can see why 50 Cent got shot.
Hey, you don't get to come after me. Mine is within the context of this. I didn't go to these people and be like, hey, we had a thing when I used to work at the Tonight Show, and there's audiences. And there was a page who worked for me. And we would always try to let audiences go that wouldn't get into that day's taping. And it was a tough thing because it's a free taping, but people would be screaming at you. And I just learned to take it. I would give everybody 5 minutes of my time, and then I would look at them and I would give them a response, and I would try to do this. The sad part of this was they would yell at you and they would see my ability to just be calm and respond in a certain way that they would speak to me.
Yeah.
But then one day she told me, she's like, what the fuck are you yelling at me about? You know, to us backstage, like telling what she wanted to say. And she goes, I don't go to your fucking hot dog stand and tell you how to fucking give somebody a fucking hot dog on the streets. And I go, you're my new favorite. You have spoken to me. And it says, anyway, we don't know who he is. Please say names.
No, wow.
We've been very clear about that.
I thought about that when he was talking about foot sweep. Oh, beautiful foot sweep, but we didn't say who got what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those are moments.
Yeah, this is where I kind of felt like Raph maybe was, you know, just getting a little irritated, but now I'm getting irritated. It's like,
how am I the reasonable
one? Yeah, what did you tune into, man? Like, this is just live coverage of the whole weekend. This is not play-by-play dedication to your favorite match.
It's just, you know, people have very particular wants and needs, but they have very particular ways of demanding it, not asking for it.
Especially on the internet.
So it's just kind of like, hey,
he's
listen.
a little aggressive with the demand, but I think it's fair to say, hey, man, use names. So
would you mind using some names?
I'll use some names.
Is this a good time to put the sticker on?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
How am I the reasonable one? What? This is crazy.
I don't think you're being that reasonable, honestly.
You don't think I'm being that reasonable?
I think what you're doing is you're giving too much credence
to the internet,
to a comment that doesn't have an actual intent of, hey, man, I would really, could you do that? That'd be really nice. I would ask I would be very polite in asking.
You're giving him too much grace, Kevin.
I'm here for the heat. I don't have a problem with this. I just didn't realize that was the tone we were setting today.
Yeah, I've spent 3 days with you. I've heard you say all kinds of heinous
I was about
shit.
to say, usually I'm the one.
And now you're concerned about Joe Brazil here, man? Come on.
So just so you know, that's only on one part of it. There's multiple streams going on, Joel. But you know what's great is, Joel, you're staying around to hate watch now. So I don't know exactly what you want. You don't have to watch. I mean, he's given us like, no wonder why you got only 24 people. It's like, bro, we have multiple streams going on, so it's not just 24, my friends.
To be fair, some of some of the people that I really, really have gotten to like and gotten to know from doing Inside BJJ hated me in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And like I met them through their like, you suck. Why are you doing this? You should do this. You should do that. And ended up, and they've listened to all the shows. So
I would say a significant portion of the people that like me in jiu-jitsu started out hating me.
Yeah.
Really solid. Mario Gayor, we were talking about, and Kiahi from the PGF are two of my favorite people in jiu-jitsu, and they were like, oh yeah, I fucking hated you. Like, handsome Kevin, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
I think there's a weirdness where the people who ask kindly never get spoken to like that.
Never what?
The people who ask kindly never get spoken to like that.
Yeah.
There's just a difference in the approach.
Yeah.
So, hey guys, would you mind saying when the the fighters walk out what their music choice was and what they're wearing? Thank you. Wallow J, you are too funny. Thank you so much for that, brother. Hey, what I can tell you guys is this.
it's going to be a hell of a match, too.
If you are sticking around, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. But we're going to bring you a hybrid of coverage, still with a lot of stuff to talk about. And yes, maybe an alternate to what it is you already have. So if you are here, thank you so much. We love you guys. All right, next to the thing. We are now getting back to the action. Look at this.
All right, Wallow J, we've got Baby Shark in black and gray and a black belt with double knee sleeves, and Pato in the grossest kit I've ever seen in my life. It is Oakley.
Oh, yeah, he's got an Oakley sponsor.
Wow,
Yeah,
good for him, though.
Good for him, man. Cash in.
They should make
That
him
thing is
wear
heinous.
Oakleys.
They should have put the whole competition.
Some
the whole-
wraparounds.
Yep. Yeah, dude. I hope he didn't design that, because whoever did you dirty, Pato. I don't know why. How many viewers you got, buddy?
No.
This man has 4 followers on Instagram.
It looks like a prototype Wolverine reject suit. They're like, we think we could put him in shorts. We think it would be cool.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no. Logan doesn't wear shorts.
So talk to me about this matchup. Why does it make sense for you guys? What are you excited to see about it?
Well, I mean, Diogo Hayes is the number 1 dude, and Diego Pato is like the number 1.5 dude. He's right on it, and it's going to be a war. And I think this match right here, because there's no under 66 kilogram CJI work going on. I mean, let's just be real. This is the match to determine like who's the king of this division.
Yeah, this is the true championship for sure. Pato is a terrifying leg locker and submission artist.
Terrifying.
Yeah, he is really, really scary. And Jogo is good everywhere, like obscenely good everywhere. Shouldn't be allowed good everywhere.
Pato's so scary with his legs that the copycat Patos are scary. The guys that are just trying to copy what he's doing is like,
PJ hit that little reaping inside heel hook that Pato popularized.
Yeah.
When they come across with the reaping leg in entanglements, you can go ahead and bite on that and run an inside heel hook. Fucking entanglement, fucking knee line. You just run that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what PJ picked up today, right?
Yeah.
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 Boy, and that's
on
frightening
Costa?
when it comes on, too.
No, not Costa. Who was PJ? Who was PJ in there with?
He beat, let me see.
Costa's too big for him.
I'll tell you right now.
I got the brackets over there somewhere, but
we'll get
Elijah
to those in a
Dorsey.
few.
We
Yeah,
just saw
that's
Pato
right.
pull guard. I was surprised with how long he stood with Jogo in the first place. Jogo, a couple ADCC back when he had to do trials.
I
Brazilian
remember
trials.
when I had to do trials.
Yeah. In Brazilian trials, he got to the finals and made a point to take someone down, we'll say a lot of times, like 6 times, and refuse to actually collect the points, like cut them, wrestling style, take him down, let him up, just to make the point that he could.
Pato's on the way.
He is a phenomenal wrestler. I was surprised how long
Baby
Pato stood
Shark
with him. Granted, no point.
almost stepped around it and then tried to kind of lean out of it, but back's not fully out of danger here.
Nice.
And instead, Pato may be using this as an opportunity to kind of secure side or the back, but in this particular juncture, you do see Baby Shark a little bit stuck in this position.
Yeah, Pato using the little matrix back take to threaten the leg entry, then threaten the back take, then use the body lock to sweep and build up on top. We don't see Pato play top a lot. This is going to be very interesting. I'm sure he's very good at it.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that game.
Yeah, man. Like,
I'm not a
I
wrestler.
guess I'll do it in
dog.
the ADCC finals. Is probably not, what this decision is, but
Ends up in half guard.
yeah. Jogo Hayes is able to go from leg drag and put him back in a half guard.
It looked like Pato tried to step over and collect the legs and package him
he
up,
tried
and
to
it
hit
just
that
didn't.
little like Dagestani leg bind or whatever, and Jogo refused. I've had a coach. I have no idea. Don't at me. I've had a coach say that an MMA coach say that nobody good should ever get their legs locked in that. And he's like, yeah, Habib just does that to people who,
they're all garbage.
Yeah, they're all garbage on the ground, which is a very hot take.
I love it when coaches come off with these proclamations, and you're like, where did this start? Because like I don't know anybody that can do what you're saying.
Habib?
Yeah, like you're the greatest in the world.
Where
right?
did you get this theory?
How many ninjas did you fight in Japan for your black belt?
Yeah, ever since he said that to me maybe 2-3 months ago, and ever since he said that, I just every time I see someone leg bind, I like watch or attempted. I watch and I'm like, how true is this? Let me start gathering data, because all love to the guys that got mauled by Habib, but like there's a skill gap there.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you start to look at if there's basically what he's saying is if there's parity, that shouldn't happen. Period. I was like,
maybe.
I don't know.
But I mean, there's parity and guys get submitted. What's worse, to get your legs bound or to get submitted?
Yeah, true that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pato's doing a good job though, sticking to Giogo here.
Yeah, he's glued in on that chest-to-chest half guard. Got double underhooks.
Absolutely. That's a good passing
high head
spot.
Position.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Upgrade.
This is a half step from side control.
This is a Pato. Yeah, you think he cooks him for the next 4 minutes? He gets that little pry bar in there. He's working for it right now. Man, imagine the idea of cooking Jogo Hayes for 4 minutes.
Good luck.
This is impressive.
It's like as soon as Pato's right leg starts to clear, it's going to give Giogo the opportunity to bump up.
Quite probably, yeah. He's got the pry bar in, and there's the bump. There's
nice.
Jogo put in a butterfly hook, and Pato hip switch straight into side control. He's now past Jogo's guard.
Wow. At this level, when it's not points right now, we see guys get their guard passed. Is it because they're not fighting as hard, or are they fighting hard? They don't want their guard pass. I would think that you don't want your guard pass. I wouldn't want some guy that's the best in the world in top side or top mount, but there's almost a little bit of a casualness to it, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you my thoughts, and I'm not there, so grain of salt. Okay. When I'm competing in sub only, I don't work that hard to retain my guard unless you are really, really dangerous from top pins. Because as we saw at the PGF, it's really hard to submit a guy from a top pin. So if there's no points involved, the thing that's going to kill me is not you getting past my guard. It's what retaining my guard is going to do to my gas tank. If you really have a good position, chest to chest half guard is a good example, and you're going to cook me with that position, cooking has to be mutual here. I have to fight you back. If I just chill,
they took the belt. Hold on, they took the belt.
They took the belt off.
They took the
That's
belt.
Funny. I mean, at a certain point,
Back to
white belt, Jogo Hayes.
They're gonna go test the belt. Remember when they would X-ray a bat to see if it's corked in baseball? They're gonna take the belt out, put it in an X-ray machine.
He's got razor blades in there.
He's got acai in the belt.
Yeah, cooking has to be mutual. So if you're saying it's no points period, I think there's a little bit of pride involved, but I just don't know Jogo Hayes mindset well enough to know what he does and doesn't care about competitively.
Sure. Yeah, some guys have a prideful guard.
Yeah.
They'll fight you if you say you could pass their guard.
I've been told. I used to train with Bruno Frazado. Really, that was my coach when I was a blue belt, and I'd been told multiple times. People were like, "Oh yeah, you'll submit him, but you're never passing his guard. Submitting him is much more attainable than passing his guard. He just will not accept it. He has a phenomenal guard, and he makes it a point of pride. But if you're you're a blue belt and get a nice little leg locker on him or something, cool, nice job.
I don't care.
Doesn't have any ego around the submission at all.
You don't pass his guard. That's pretty funny.
Doesn't have any ego around. He's a very chill guy in general. But I think we all have those spots that we Yeah. I'm like, nah, man, this is my thing. For him, he's like, nope.
I mean, I feel that way offensively. Many times I would rather get a really nice sweep than get a sub because I just feel like,
Sick.
man, this is so freaking cool. I
Yeah,
reversed you. I lifted your body up off the ground.
Yeah, you had what you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is psychological, like, when you get swept, you know.
So we want to thank everybody who is also watching us on Twitter. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate that. Just to kind of fill you in on what's happening over here. Now, granted, we've gone through all of our finals. This will be our last final before they get to the absolute. So we'll take a short break, and then we'll resume coverage here. But just so you guys are aware, that is a very interesting split that's been happening this way in terms of individuals who are interested in seeing either of these two win. I think the common consensus is most people want Baby Shark to win. Nonetheless, there is a kind of swelling for Diego Pato to be like, I'd like to see him take it home this time.
Yeah. I mean, these guys are both phenomenal.
Look at this. Kev, are you still doing the Nashville qualifier, or are you full on media now?
I keep going back and forth. I'm not going to lie to you. We were talking about it yesterday even. And I'm like, man, I got a couple things. One, I love the PGF. I love competing on the PGF. It's so fun. I like being a part of it. I like hanging out with you guys. But 205's big, dude. 205's
big, dude.
It's a jump.
It's large. I'm giving up 15 pounds before we even start discussing a weight cut.
Ooh. Pato in on a leg attack here. Baby Shark not fully out of it, but is that the same leg that he has a brace on? Pato crosses over, has the reap, triangles the legs. Not super secure for a break or for a full-on just yet, but he's starting to now just try to get any grip he can, putting his chest into it.
He's got to. Oh, man.
No,
it's just like
it's just loose.
Right out. It looked like he had such a secure grip, and it's like, I got Crisco foot.
You know what it is? Is it just takes Crisco foot. It takes a second to usually use that as a fake out to come up to something else. That was the move, though. There was no fake out. It was just like, hey, I'm trying to grip anything else and handle here. So
Pato has your leg. That's it. That's the one he wants.
But now they're 9:45 left on the clock. It is. I mean, now we're in point. So if we're sitting on the ground, we might be here for a minute, and that works well for what Pato was trying to do in that particular offset.
It's a pardon my ignorance. Diogo, is he a art of jiu-jitsu guy or Pato is.
Yeah, well, he goes in Milky Galvo's camp.
Pato does not have the art of jiu-jitsu uniform. If he's going to be in the proper church of art of jiu-jitsu, you got to have a black rash guard.
Yeah, neon's crazy.
Black shorts with black spats.
Yeah, he's going to lose a stripe when he gets home.
For sure. Absolutely. I mean, Baby Shark tried to throw his own strangle there. Didn't quite get it.
That's a bold one, man.
Look at this.
This little leg lock shootout with Pato is crazy.
Oh, man.
Wow. Finish you. Pato's in deep with an overwrap. Joe goes defending.
But you know what, though? It's the Tasmanian speed devil of trying to secure that back in the transition. Doesn't quite get it. And Baby Shark reapplies his knee pad as they go back to the center and crawl like strippers getting their money at the end of a night of tips.
Oh, it's a tic-tac. I thought it was a gold coin. Never mind.
Oh, God damn it. I thought this was going to be a 20.
Yeah, Wallow. I'm not full-on media. I don't know whether I'm doing the 205 season. I probably got to talk to Brandon about it and get my head wrapped around it. Because it's quite literally like, I know I'm going to have a good time hanging out with everybody else, and I think competing against 205ers that are trying to break my legs is going to be a bad time.
What are you walking around at?
About 190.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I saw you and I was like, he's definitely like 2.
What's that?
He's definitely like 195 right
What do we got going on?
You know what I mean? Like,
this.
especially after the food this week, I'm like, no.
Snap. It seems like Pato's getting some entries that look like he might be able to turn it into something, and Diogo just like, nah, man.
I mean, Diogo's movement is so instinctively the right choice consistently to get out of this stuff, but all it takes is one bad break.
This is deep, guys.
And that was a great set.
He's going for the
Pato's
hand.
re-chambering, but Diego loses it in a few seconds, just in transition. But
my knee popped right there.
I will tell you,
he's
though,
taking damage.
him chambering these all together, it gives you the intention of maybe he's not getting it now, but maybe we're just seeing the continuation of getting closer and closer of what could be inevitable. Or if Baby Shark is just able to pass here, as He just threw his body across. Didn't quite get it, but Pato kind of scooting his way back on up.
Yeah, Pato has had some he's gone as far as to bait heel hooks. Just then, a second ago, the exchange we were caught up in, Pato had baited an outside heel hook for Jogo Hayes. They were in double butt scoot, and then he used an underhook on the leg to invert and hit, I've heard it called like the tone and roll.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, Gary hits that. And go right into the legs for a deep, deep look at an inside heel hook that Jogo, he had to have taken some damage on his way out.
It looked like he did, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You never know it. He's so stoic.
Yep. Here's where we run into the problem, right? Pato is almost certainly winning right now on the judges' cards. If you're judging fairly, Pato is almost certainly winning on the judges' cards. He's had Jogo in deep danger several times. But when we go to overtime, Pato has to wrestle Hayes.
Now, what is, yeah, you're right. Because if we go to overtime, how many minutes did they get in overtime for the finals?
Was it 15?
Or is it that long?
It's 10?
10-minute overtime.
It's 10, yeah.
And that's not first score, right? It's not like golden score.
No.
It's just
it'll go the full 10.
We're just there.
And then
Pato's going to have to take the -1 or the takedown.
What if there's no score at the end of the 10 minutes? They do another one?
Decision.
Goes to decision.
Yeah, referee's decision.
I think
it would be very surprising to me if there wasn't a score at the end of 10 minutes.
There's going to be a score.
Yeah, there's such a gap there between the two. It'll be more interesting to see whether Pato pulls and spends his time hoping that Jogo seems like the type of athlete that he's not going to run. He's 100% going to try and pass Pato's guard. So does Pato pull immediately and rely on that, or does he make Jogo take him down? Hold up. 2 penalties? For what?
For trying to finish the match.
Yeah.
We have just found out that, maybe you guys knew. I didn't know. They just flashed up the graphic to let viewers know that Diego Pato has 2 penalties.
I think there's an issue where, you can butt scoot, but if it becomes like a butt scratch, then you get a penalty. If you're just you know what I mean?
Yeah. They were like, have you considered that you're competing against Jogo Hayes? Penalty.
Got it.
Interesting.
Man, what for?
I'm not a fan of that. So if it goes 0-0, are they going to go to the penalties to decide who wins?
At this point, if it ends in 5 minutes with no change,
is Diogo the winner?
Jogo is the winner.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
dude.
Jogo wins by 2 points. Yeah, this is silly. That's disheartening.
And Hayes is going to mount.
Whoa,
Look at this.
Man, he's about to make it a non-issue by passing.
Jogo
Hayes is about to pass Pato.
He's going to get
The
it.
head and arm is looking real nice right now. You got Baby
This
Shark
is tight.
applying.
I think he's
head and
gonna
arm.
tap.
He's
about it.
adjusting
He's thinking about it.
And Diego Pato has to tap. And your double champ, once again, is going to be Baby Shark.
Wow.
A great night between him and a great night between Mika Galvo as double champs. And yeah, we're talking about double champs. It's not just them. Giancarlo as well.
Yeah.
Coming back in, winning again. And then, even thinking about it further, you guys, taking it all the way through. These aren't the only repeat champs. You've also got Felipe Pena as a repeat champ. You also, when you look down at it, you've got Duarte again. These are all very, very familiar names in those top 3 seeds every single time. So even though things have changed for ADCC, the particulars may have changed, the participants may have changed, you still have the same superstars finding their way to the end. And that, again, is going to be very interesting when we get to everybody talking about who did better, who did what, and who blew away everybody. So a few things before we kind of take a nice little break here. What we'll do, we'll take a break. We'll get some of the topics that we weren't able to get on the board when we come back for the absolutes. But to my knowledge, I believe they are going to take a short sabbatical. We're going to put some food in our mouths, and then we will come back to kind of give you the absolute coverage that I think you guys deserve. So thank you so much for watching along, and thank you to our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor today is our good friends over at Inverted Gear. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. You've been long-standing friends of the jiu-jitsu community, and the people you have endorsed and supported over the years have been so incredible, and you guys have been friends from us by far for so long. And Nelson, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming in and making this stream possible for us to do some nonsense. So, and it says, before we go on out here, I think the bracelets everyone wearing at the ADCC are mind control devices. Well, you know what? I'm going to get out of here before our guy starts to get us canceled on this side.
That's the most 10th planet comment I read
It's
this weekend.
It's super, you know what I mean? It's like, way to make us look like we're more paranoid stoners right now. But thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you back in a little bit. But in the meantime, go enjoy these wonderful commercials from our sponsors, and we'll see you back in a little bit. Welcome back to another installment of the Bullpen. Kev, we got a huge board. Why don't we get straight to it right now? Go ahead and lead us off.
Yeah, thanks, Raf. I mean, today we're talking about the clean aesthetic of Gold BJJ. They're phenomenal streetwear they've got. It's not just training gear, guys. You can get streetwear. Raf, are these all Gold BJJ? All of these cards are Gold BJJ?
Yep, just read the script like we talked about.
Yeah, you're right. They've got a variety of styles. They have a bag. It's phenomenal competition gear. You can bring it with you. You can throw it in the wash. Raf, these are really cool. Are any of these for me? Like that bag?
No. They didn't have any stuff for you. They ran out of your
Well, they're
sizes.
really affordable if you need to go out there and get them. You can just get the stuff, goldbjj.com.
These shorts are awesome. I'm going to get this. Wait. Oh, this
Do they have a second set for me? Is that a thing they have?
You know, they were like, hey, man, we ran out of stuff, and they didn't have it in your size because like fat. You know what I mean? So, like, these are all for like me. Anyway, go visit our friends at goldbjj.com.
10,000 hours is a steep mountain to climb to become a master, especially when the task at hand puts a relentless demand on your body. There is nothing casual about this sport. It's all in, all effort, all focus. It takes a lot from you, but the reward is unmatched. Mastery of oneself, an acute understanding of your weaknesses with an explosive sense of your strengths. Being able to complete the climb to mastery requires the proper nutrition. This is why it's important to take in a potent blend of electrolytes that is in tune with your output and brings strength to your goals. This potent blend is only found in Salt Electrolytes. Salt targets your depleted electrolyte levels with a boost of hydration and health. It gives your body the baseline recovery it needs.
Elevate your BJJ game with Inverted Gear, where pandas and performance meet. Whether you train in a gi or prefer no gi, we have something for you. Our gear is built to last and designed to perform no flashy extras, just high-quality craftsmanship and minimal design. Plus, pandas. Don't miss our back-to-school sale going on now. Visit www.invertijar.com and roll with confidence panda style.